Too. Yeah, I mean Instagram. You are live. All right, we live on YouTube. We live on Instagram. We're gonna wait till we get some people in here. This the conversation everybody been waiting for. And we have some other brothers that's gonna be pulling up. I'm happy to have my brothers I got here in the building. Salute to everybody that pulled up. And thanks everybody for their support. We'll wait for a little more y'all to start pulling up. Start. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you probably get a better experience if you come over to YouTube. But I know some people like to sit on Instagram. Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta let me cut that out. Some people probably like the Instagram experience because a lot of people is on Instagram right now. They're over there deep. But yeah, what up, y'all? I'm happy to have everybody here. I'm gonna just start it off, and everybody's gonna catch up on the conversation as we go along. Most of y'all know me, of course, that y'all here because of me and what I started. My name is Hocus 4/5, Castle Hill Projects, Bronx, New York, and I've been doing this work for a while. This cure violence work, what they call it now. But when I came home in 2012, off a conspiracy charge. While I was in jail, I told myself, yo, when, because I didn't think when I beat this case, which I did, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna, try to help my people, the youth from coming in there and having to go through what I went through. So that's what I was doing. And, going to schools, group homes and all that. So I've been doing this work. This ain't just start now because I caught a new case. That was just like maybe like the last straw in me thinking, like sitting back thinking, what is it gonna really take? Right? What is it gonna really take? Because my position in this is it's us against the RICO. I'm a critical thinker. I got a platform called the Rabbit Hole where we critically think on topics and we come up with solutions, right? And we talk about everything you could think of in the rabbit hole. So as a critical thinker, once I did catch the case, I did sit back and think like, yo, damn. And I asked God and I said, God, please give me the answers. What is it gonna take for them to stop doing this to us? Like, this RICO that they're abusing. They're actually abusing it, right? Outside of us just telling our youth, yo, y'all need to stop. Because that's what a lot of time that's what we do. We just tell them, yo, y'all need to stop this. We need to stop this. We come up with little small programs and it works for some, but not all. What is it going to take to make a big impact? And God told me, like, yo, you gotta lead the way. You walk your people in there, you gotta walk them out. So, I denounced my flag and I started a challenge called Drop My Flag Challenge, and it's been getting, nationwide attention. And I want to say this. So a lot of brothers is in disagreement with it and think that it's dangerous. But I don't know what's more dangerous than being out there in the streets where they could get killed anyway. Like I don't think this is more dangerous than that. Especially if we get to the big homies and help them understand that this is even better for them, especially even the ones in jail. How can we put a wedge between the youth and the RICO? It is by dropping the flags because they say it's not illegal to be in the gang, but it's like an oxymoron. It's kind of like a setup because they tell us that, but everybody in here who's been in the gang, all of our gangs has been RICO'd or indicted. Every last one of them, right? So if it has, then that means it has been labeled a criminal enterprise. And if it's been labeled a criminal enterprise, and it's been successful because they get convictions, right? So if it's been labeled a criminal, hold on one second, the brother McFly, let me put him in. If it's been labeled a criminal enterprise, that means we are all out here representing criminal enterprises in right on social media, in their face, in the music, right? We just waiting to be set up and to be pulled inside of a RICO, right? And yeah, it's the FBI. We could put a lot on them too, a lot, right? Because I think they are abusing it. Because I know, like y'all know, that these gangs are not criminal enterprises. We know that, but they didn't have such a successful rate in convicting us that it doesn't matter what we say. Blood and Crip has a black eye, has a black stain. I mean, has a stain in the black community. Nobody is gonna support it and back it if we stay in these gangs. If as long as we recruiting, we're gonna just keep recycling the youth back into the prison system. So dropping the flags and building something new, a new foundation that's built on integrity, that's built on honor, that's built on principles, and not criminality. Not criminality. That's important because I know, people been telling me this, so I know this is gonna come up. Well, I'm in a gang and I don't commit crimes. It doesn't matter. Your anecdotal experience is not the standard for everybody. If there's not the perception, just because you don't. And how about this? I don't know if anybody believed me, right? I'm the perfect example. I did not conspire to do nothing with nobody, and I still landed in the case. I didn't. So ain't nothing nobody could tell me when it comes to that they can just round us up when they want because of the gangs, because they consider them criminal enterprises, no matter what. So that's my stance on it. I don't want to be long-winded because I want to hear everybody, and I thank everybody for being here. And I want everybody to go one by one and introduce themselves, and give your point and your opinion on it. Being that Trust and Relly, y'all already dropped your flags, publicly. Y'all can probably go last and introduce yourself right now because people didn't hear from B McFly yet, or Kwame or Moshe. And salute. I guess I'll pass it to Moshe first, and then we go to Kwame, and then McFly.
Yeah, thanks, Hocus, and good evening, everybody, and shout it out to everybody that's on the panel. I wanna say thank you.
I'm gonna put you on mute, Black. Damn, how do I mute him?
Thank you for.
I got it. I'm sorry about that.
Nah, not a problem. So yeah, thank you for having me. Salamu alaikum to everyone out there. Peace and blessings to everyone. Hocus, I want to thank you for having me up here and applaud you for your efforts of drawing attention to this issue of the youth, or just all of us in general who have been associated with these gangs, these organizations, these street organizations, whatever terminology we use. But for the most part, I just want to thank you for this opportunity. Myself, I became familiar with the Damu movement back in the mid-90s on Rikers Island. I officially joined it back in 1996 when I was up north in Mount McGregor. So I officially dropped my flag back in 2014. I served over 22 years straight in the state of New York's their prison system, but over 25 years in total. I was somebody who I would like to believe was influential in the culture, and but there was a time in which in 2014 I lost my grandmother and my mother while I was in the box, and the emotional toll of that, in addition to a lot of where I saw the direction of the movement moving in, it just was too much for me to even contribute even more. So I wanted to pull away because I felt like there was not a need to uplift, but it was more about the destruction of our people overall. So instead of being a tool of destruction, I felt like by moving away, it would give me an opportunity to at least lead by example, to show individuals that we didn't need to destroy ourselves to be a part of this culture, that we can kind of, lead by example in that regard. So that's why I'm definitely feeling what it is that you're doing. I'm currently, I've been home right now for the last 5 years. And within that time, I'm currently the director of community programs at the Center for Community Alternatives. And since I've left the gang lifestyle overall, my life has been nothing but up. And I'm not saying this as a way to showcase or show off or anything like that. I've been very blessed, and I'm humbled, and I'm thankful that Allah has chosen me to bless me and my family. And when I was in the culture, I saw nothing but negative happen to me. I was in the box. Of those 22 years, I spent 15 years of that lifestyle in SHU 23-hour lockdown. I stayed locked down. Pigs were setting me up left and right, continuously getting framed, mail watch. I was under high scrutiny, SRG top tier, the whole shebang, right? And once I left that lifestyle and I moved on, and thankfully, I embraced Islam, alhamdulillah, my life, just like all the good, just started happening to me. And I'm just being honest. So I'm just very thankful for that, and I've been fortunate to use my voice and my influence to uplift my community and be a tool of positivity and an agent for change in our communities versus being a tool for destruction. I think that what you're doing is very helpful, and I think that it has the potential to be able to help individuals look for the betterment of themselves in our communities that we come from versus us, again, being tools of destruction in our community. So again, thank you for having me. And again, thank you everybody for listening and tuning in.
Thank you, Moshe. Kwame.
Praise and greetings to everybody on the call on today. My name is Kwame Thompson, child of God, created on purpose with a purpose, and my desire is to help others to find their purpose in their way. I thank Hocus for you having me on the call. I was never a part of a gang, but born and raised in Soundview Project, and the founder, Pistol Pete, and our families being raised together as a family. I've always been affiliated with it, walking side by side with it since the inception of it. I like this whole movement. I think it's a reset, and I think it's necessary. I like the viewpoints that have been coming from both sides. I'm here to hear some of these solution-based things. I'm the founder of an organization called Write Your Way Out, where we work with the youth and teach them creative writing and different things that deal with writing, and use it as a vocational skill to help them move forward in whatever career they choose that they can utilize that in. And also, I'm the program manager and the director of SUV Stand Up to Violence, which is a CMS crisis management system, or used to be called Cure Violence. Also SNUG, which is Guns in Reverse. So again, I'm here to listen, share my point of view when necessary. Commend all y'all that's on the call. Salute to you all. To have this dialogue and have this conversation. Very proud of all those that have stepped in the forefront, because in the beginning, the one that takes the lead is always the most difficult challenge to go through. And seeing us come together as men to come up with a solution to better our community, our people, our families is what I stand for. So again, commend you all. Praises to all of you on the call. And I'm here to be a part of the solution.
Thank you so much. McFly. Are you on mute, bro?
What's going on, y'all? I just want to say thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity. I want to say blessings to all of you that's on this panel right now. Congratulations to those who took that step forward, because it takes courage and it takes a leader to take that step, in front of everybody, man. So I salute to you all, man. Assalamu alaikum to those who are Muslim and everybody else, right? My name B McFly. B McFly stands for being motivated, comes from loving yourself. I'm from Philly, and I have never seen gangs inside of Philadelphia in a sense of Bloods and Crips, right? However, the common denominator is fighting the violence or curing those who are struggling due to violence, right? And making it a better way. I always say this, man, new solutions for outdated problems. Because this is a new solution for an outdated problem, right? I speak on gun violence, drug addiction, and mental health. Because the more drugs you take, the worse your mental health is going to be. And the worse your mental health is going to be, is going to cause you to do things like violence, right? So that's my approach. From a therapeutic perspective, I'm here to listen. I'm here to learn. I'm here to, answer questions and ask. I've been sober for almost 8 years now, and sobriety has helped me change a lot, because when I was getting high, I was doing a lot of things out there that I wasn't supposed to. And every time I talk to the young kids, the first thing that they say is, well, I'll be getting high. I take pills. I take something. All right. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm here.
Thanks, bro. I'm glad you said that, because before I even did this, I went to God and asked God what to do. God said, first you got to stop drinking, because I was when I caught the case, I was in a state of depression, drinking every night. You know what I mean? And he said, first thing you got to do is stop. And I stopped so I can have a clear mind and be able to function and think to make a decision like this. So I'm glad you brought up sobriety. That's important. Black, let us know who you are, what gang you used to represent, and and what brought you here. If you can hear me, Black, there you go.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, my brothers. First and foremost, I want to say,
I salute all y'all brothers on this panel for taking this step forward. Like the last brother said, it takes a lot of no disrespect, a lot of balls, and a lot of courage to do this. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't mean to be rude, but I wanted to speak to the youth. So let's not be too professional with the way we speak, so the youth could really grasp towards this and they could really like jack the movement. Because if we sound too professional, the young brothers is not gonna listen to us. Because we're gonna sound like you feel me? Respectfully to everybody. I respect all religions, you feel me? But I just want the youth to really grasp this. We don't want to sound like we in church. No disrespect to nobody's religion once again. You feel what I'm saying?
Bless.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah,
Y'all
Black.
can hear me?
Yeah, we heard you, Black. Now let us know
So
who
yeah,
you be.
basically my name is Black. My name is Black. I'm from Washington Heights, born and raised in Washington Heights. Product of my environment. My uncles, you already know, that was out there doing what they do. You know, I copied and pasted and went the same route and ended up, you feel me? Ended up doing a lot of the things I wasn't supposed to be doing. I got my son with me, so I'm a little, you know, I got one of my oldest with me right now, so you know, it's a little, I can't really go too, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, I'm gonna come back on this live. Let me drop my son off, you heard? 'Cause
All right, bro. All right. Just come back when you get a chance.
yeah, I'm gonna drop him off. I'm like 20 minutes, I'm like 40 minutes away from his crib. I'm gonna jump back on them.
All right, we'll be here. All right.
All right.
So Trust, you want to
Yo,
go and
what's
then
up, man?
Relish?
Shout it out, man. What's the word, baby? You know, I just want to say this, man, for the record, man. Hocus came up, stood forth, and a lot of brothers before Hocus came forth felt the same way about being in the gang. I was already trying to promote positivity, and then I just came home from doing 8 years in prison. So I just came home from a struggle. Came home, one of my right hand mans got bodied, so I'm sitting here dealing with all of that, and then Hocus comes with being positive the way I was trying to be positive, and you know what? He started something that everybody could kind of grasp and relate to. Just because I left gang, that doesn't mean gang they don't fuck with me. Excuse my language. That doesn't mean gang don't jack me. You know, and I want to state for the record to the youth out there, man. Like it's like, yeah, you drop your flag. There's gonna be a lot of haters, man. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna talk this, do this, try to talk to you, throw threats, hate. But you know what though? When the hate don't work, they start telling lies, and you just gotta look forward and just like forget all that, man. That shit don't even matter. You heard? Because the best revenge is success. That's the best way to get anybody back, from what I know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just in a path where I'm not gonna let my friends pick me. I'm gonna pick my friends. And I'm down to help anybody that needs help to leave the gate. Whatever we could do, today's the day we gotta step forth because we know big homies. We've been banging 20 plus years, a lot of us who's been banging, you know? And I gotta admit, there was on somebody on your platform, Hocus, I was watching, it was one of your mans with his son. And his son said, yo, you know, the old timers don't really try to move up to us and pull up on us and try to holler at us
That's my
and
nephew. That was my brother. That's my nephew. Yeah.
look at that. So that's baby boy, that's family. And when he said that, boy, I fake wanted to cry, gang, because I'm looking at him like, you know, when the brothers used to try to preach to us, my era was already like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. But I had a little class because I grew up in a Christian household, in the streets, in the projects. So I had a little Jesus in me, a lot of Jesus in me. The Lord is my savior. So now fast forward, these kids nowadays is a product of my era. I'm 36. We raised them. You understand what I'm saying? Dudes like the brother right here, Kwame Thompson, he's the brothers that raised me. So that era had a little class. We not preaching to them because they quick to say, yo, we don't want to hear that SMD spin the block, old nigga. They calling us names. They call us Unk now. You get it? So we like, we don't want to play with these young boys because they're going to kill us. We can't be scared of the youth, man. That's number one. Cause there was times when it was real. I think back then it was a little tougher, and we just need to get grasp them, grab them. Like Son said, we could talk proper. That's cool. We need to talk proper because we need people to take us serious as well. This is why we need to speak proper and not talk with the N word too much, or because we have to develop growth so that way they could grow into what we growing into. You know what I'm saying? They tomorrow's
Yeah.
future. Tomorrow's fucked up right now. Okay,
And
I'm gonna
let
pass
them
the
know.
mic, man.
No, and one thing, you didn't let them know what gang you was repping. Even though
Oh, I'm
some people
sorry. I
think
got it.
that,
I
some
got it
people might
written
not
down
see.
on the screen. I'm gonna let it be known, man.
Oh, okay, I
I was
see.
Latin
Excellent King.
King.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I was an ex-Latin King in prison. I got my guns, and to get your guns in prison, you gotta cut somebody. I did all of that stupid stuff just to turn bad boy, which is still Latin King, and it didn't make no sense. It didn't make no dollars. You come on, it was all political game. Everybody talking about something else, but nobody. You ask somebody to go through something negative with you, they'll jump on it. But if you ask somebody to do positive, to try to start a business, they looking at you like you crazy, man. And this is what's going on. So I just decided to leave, man. No, shout out to
Salute.
everybody, man. Hear that out. Hear that out. And please don't think that it's easy to drop your flag. I was repping it for
Nah,
20 years. Look how hard that was to do that. It wasn't
yeah.
easy.
25 years. That was one of the hardest decisions to do it publicly, you know. So it's hard. Big Relly.
Shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to everybody who spoke, man. I am the youngest up here, man. My name Big Relly. I come from the Bronx, New York, Kingsbridge to be exact, where hip hop started. I'm an ex-neighborhood Crip member, and I only joined Crip, like I said, on Instagram because something personal happened with my uncle, and he took the wrong path, and he 9 months younger than me. My grandma had kids late. She did drugs, so I had to guide my uncle really through. We guided each other through the streets, but I was more aggressive growing up. So when he chose to make that rash decision, I chose to follow through with him so I could make sure he took the right steps through being in a gang. Especially the first step he needed to know was don't rely on none of these niggas. We're going to rely on each other back to back or for whatever. So once I double back, I got 2 daughters now. I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 September 6th. So I got 2 daughters now. I seen Hogus put up the post of he was denouncing his flag. And Hope, no, I've been respecting him since I was a young boy. Like I respected Hope a long time. Music-wise, I rap. So as a rapper, I respect Hope as an artist. I respect Hope as a New York figure. I respect Hope as a big bro. I respect Hope as a gang member. I respect because the direction he took his gang, though, like you understand what I'm saying? Not to go into his story, but like I respect Hope. So when I seen him make that decision, I said, damn, I couldn't look at no sig homies, big homies, whichever way you want to put it, in my area or anywhere I ever been that made me feel energy. So the first time ever I felt energy and gangbanging was watching somebody denounce their shit. And it made me denounce my shit. So that's why I'm here. I feel like for the youth, for people who want to get next to rappers, people who want to be rappers, fashion designers, authors, whatever you want to be in life, whether it don't have to determine what the statistic they put on us, whether we got to rap or play sports, you want to be a stock investor, you want to learn how to code or be a software engineer. There's walks of life you could take and people you could talk to in order to, before you run to a gang and feel like those the people you got to rely on. Because I heard somebody say when I addressed No Jumper over this drop your flag challenge we got going on, because it's a movement. It's bigger than a challenge. It's a movement. This drop your flag movement we got going on, that you can't tell no young fellas to do nothing if you don't got no solutions for them. But the first solution is to change their mind. You can't physically do nothing for nobody if you don't change their mind first. So I feel like he changed my mind instantly. And if he could instantly do that, then I could instantly do that for someone younger than me. And that's why I'm here, y'all. Relly, I'm going back on mute.
Salute, Relly. Big Saint just came in the building. That's a little bro right there. Big Saint is still in it, y'all. But that's my little bro, and he's a 100 million% supporter of just me and the rabbit hole and this movement. You know, he frontlining movement. Homies hitting them. He's blacking on them. Like, you know, I let him speak for himself. You know, that's a little bro right there. Big Saint.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's good, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm currently on the road right now. I'm on the way back, you know what I mean, home and shit right now. So I'm gonna be on mute majority of the time listening, but I'm definitely 1,000% standing behind it. I'm definitely in support of it. I'm definitely pushing it. I'm definitely, having these conversations, and I'm definitely seeing what's going on. So I'm definitely glad to see everybody here. And I'm glad to see where this is going.
All right, salute, bro. Appreciate you. So, yeah, we here. So, like y'all know my approach, and I want to know how y'all feel about it. Like like I said, I'm leading with it's us against the RICO because that in my mind, like I said, I'm a critical thinker. So when I was thinking, I'm like, yo, we're not gonna get the FBI to say these are not criminal organizations unless we get some legislation passed, and that's gonna take too long. We need immediate. People keep saying, well, Hulk is like you just said, really. Well, we need to give them something. What's the solution if they just drop their flag? No. We need immediate ceasefire. Immediately. We need y'all to immediately stop killing each other. I don't want to hear that. That's the immediate solution. Drop the flag and stop gangbanging. Like we need them to immediately stop shooting up, schools and stop shooting up parties and lounges and parades and grandmothers getting shot on the block. You know what I'm saying? 2 grandmothers got killed this year alone in Harlem. So what are we talking about? What you mean we need to find out a solution first and then try to? But no, we need immediate ceasefire. And the FBI is using the gang, to round us up in these RICOs. So it's us against the RICO yes, we need to stop black genocide. Yes. But hold on, bro. Got kicked out. Let me bring him back in. But damn, I don't know what the hell just happened. But we also it's going crazy right now. I think you guys are on mute. I don't know what the hell. Then you got 2 profiles up here, right? I don't know. Do he got 2? But yeah, so that's basically my premise of it. I just want to know what y'all think about that and what y'all think is a solution. Like, let's talk about, because I'm gonna be writing down y'all solutions. I got some I'm sitting down with some important people, and also all I'm gonna say is some mainstream media reached out, and I will be on some, so I want to present some solutions when I do to the world.
Well, I want to start. Can I start with this one, with the solution?
Yeah, go ahead, Trust. Go ahead, my brother.
So I think like a good start for the solution would be like, so if we all recognize, but like government period, like this whole movement, if it's recognized and sanctioned, right, it can be to where YMCA centers have a drop your flag movement organization, or different offices or different contacts they can reach out to. For when people want to talk to us privately, they can reach out to us like directly and to talk to us, because a lot of people, they think that they could just drop their flag. They really can't, bro. Especially to these young kids, where they being viewed upon and judged upon as they gotta be a certain way, or machismo, or you know how it is when you're young, especially in New York. They're gonna look at you like you soft, you a coward, you this, you that, you drop your flag. But those kids don't have nowhere to go to that drop their flag. It's like they become a full dub. If y'all don't know what that means, it means you're no good. Nobody talks to you. People on the block are scared to mess with you. They feel like they're going to be outcasted. We need to give them the support that they're not going to be outcasted. That they're going to be embraced and, and spoken to and given the opportunity, because there's no opportunity in the gang life right now unless you're doing something, you know what I'm saying? But there is a lot of opportunity if it's moved into the right way with the gangs. It starts with the gangs, because the gangs are powerful. Even in Rikers Island, they powerful, but they rather go and kill each other and fight against each other instead of coming together saying, yo, we're not working, we're shutting the license plate system down, we're not going to do nothing in Auburn Correctional Facility. It starts there, because the quick chill, all that fake food and the time, and a lot of people, we do 85% of our time in New York. A lot of these kids go in jail for the first mistake they did, and because they have no guidance, no fathers, no fatherly figures. Then they go to jail, and then their life is over. They learn when they're in their 40s and 50s on their way home. That's not how we giving it up, bro. Even the gang members in there have to, because it started for oppression, and then it's like the gangs became the oppressors. It starts in prison, I believe, man. We need to get to them big homies in there. Let people go in there, let them go home. You can't just recruit anybody, bro. You can't do that, and that's the problem. Everybody's getting recruited. Everybody's telling, hate is the new love, this is the new thing. That K2 shit, them drugs, all of that shit is killing our peoples right now.
I feel like we got to catch the issue before it even gets to a recruitment phase, what you can't avoid in jail, because some people are turning gangs for safety in jail. So you can't
Gangs will
avoid that.
never stop, really.
You can't avoid that narrative. But I'm saying on the outside, what we could do to try to add to the solution, Hocus, is like create, the first thing you got to do is create a safe space. I'm saying for the youth. You have to be able to create a safe space for them, because if you're gonna say, "Yo, step away from this," they got to be able to step into something else, like how we used to be able to go to the center. We used to be able to go, like bro just said, the Y.
Right.
We used to be able to go into these safe havens where it's like you detached from the world, but it's computers in there, it's books in there, it's basketball gym in there, it's lunchroom in there. They need a safe space. Ain't no more safe space. Nobody even want to go in the PAL no more because they feel like now you fuck with 12.
Right. Let's give them a music studio in them centers too.
They need a safe space. I feel like that's the first step to helping the youth, is create a safe space for them. We could continue from there.
Yeah,
I wanted to respond real quick, if I can, to 2 bros that just spoke. I get fully what y'all saying, and I understand that. But for me as a young nigga, my question is gonna be, why do we have to wait to set up a place for these kids to go? Respectfully, them places have already been established. These programs have already been there. These kids ain't going there. So to just keep pushing something that is a dead situation, it just don't make no sense. If we want to be completely honest, it starts on them blocks. It starts in them houses. It starts on them buildings. That's where it starts. It starts from them OGs and all them people that walk past these little niggas every day and don't say nothing to them. It takes for y'all to start stepping outside and making a difference in these kids' life. Fuck the YMCA. The community is wherever you plant your feet. Wherever you say, I love these people and these are my people. That's where it starts. And the action needs to be immediate. Niggas need to start going outside. If you have some type of respect, then you may have enough respect to go outside and situate certain shit before it gets as far as it gets. And I'll go back on mute.
Yeah,
The brothers
yeah. I
are
want
right.
to hold on.
Let,
Right.
let McFly or what's name or Moshe Talman, y'all. Let's
I want-
let's circle it. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to merge what Relly is saying with what Big Saint is saying, not to invalidate what Trust has stated. So I do agree with the need to have like restorative zones. And I also think that to what the brother's saying is that you have to be out there on the block as well with the homies too, because if you're absent and they can't identify who you are, they don't know who you are, you're not credible to them. How is it that you can even speak authoritatively to them, right? So I work with them every day. I'm in Brownsville 5 days a week, right? Monday through Friday, sometimes more than that. And it requires a lot more than just having those places where they can come. One, are we incentivizing them for being there? Because if we just want to pull them into a particular place, what are they getting? What are they getting as a result of them being there? So we have to be able to incentivize them, meaning that we have to pay them to even come there. One, because they don't have no reason to be there.
China, go on mute, China.
So that's just number one. Number two, the issue of being on the block, or the second issue of those restorative zones. We have to have places that we can identify in the community that are going to be quote unquote peace zones. Now, granted, we understand that it's the hood. Stuff is happening in the hood, and things are not going to happen immediately. We get that. But there needs to be at least places that everybody can agree that these are peace zones, that these are like no-fly zones. Nothing can happen here. So if we can identify 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 of these places can then be used as peace zones to kind of reconcile any differences that exist. But I agree with what Big Saint is saying. You
And
can't
brother,
have
I
that
agree with you
happening
too.
in these
I agree
senses.
with you
That has
wholeheartedly.
to
in what
happen
you
on
said.
the block. You got to be out there. They have to know who you are. They have to know your pedigree. They got to know that you make sense. They got to know that you're for their interests. You got to be believable. You got to be credible. If you have nothing of that to offer, then it's gonna be very hard for them to basically follow anything that you're basically saying to them. But I think all of that right there is how I would ultimately approach it, and that's some of the work that's actually being done right now on the ground in Brownsville, and has actually been happening in places like Bed-Stuy as well. But there's a lot of
Man,
other.
that shit starts with social media, man. It's gonna
No,
have
that's
to
another.
start with a platform
Moshe,
on social
is that
media
on?
for
Let
them
me
to
ask
reach
Moshe something
out.
real quick. Moshe, is that written? You got that written down on paper somewhere?
Absolutely. No,
If
this
you
is
could, if you could text me that, because I like that. Like
yeah, no, this is work. This is work that the Seeds to Roots Youth Action Center is doing in Brownsville for the Center for Community Alternatives. But you got other organizations like Flip the Script. You got other individuals that's out there that's bringing rival gangs together, like what Sledgy B and them is doing. The little homies out there that's coming together. That's Flow, Script, that's Blood.
My man Mister doing something out in Brooklyn too.
Yeah, these
Shout out
individuals
to
are
Mister. That's my guy
bringing
too.
rival groups
Shout out to
together
Mister.
to film movies and to film documentaries, and they're incentivizing them, they're paying them to be a
That's
part
one
of
of the-
something that's bigger than
See, but
Mouche,
Mouche, right? I
Let me say
gave that idea a couple days ago, right? So I 1,000% agree with you that the peace zones for sure, because me and Hope talked about that, and I told him that like we got to create some place where it's a no-fly zone for anybody. You understand, where you can have somewhere to talk and things like that. But I really want to push this issue of, you know, it's time for men, respectfully, and I'm a little bro, you heard? Like, and I'm talking about an age in life, right? It's time to start restoring men to what men were and what we were supposed to be. And the problem is that
Right.
it's been so far gone that the line is so connected between mine and the lower generation to y'all that bro niggas don't want to hear it, and we have to bridge that gap again. We have to. So if I'm coming outside every day and I see the same 12 little niggas sitting on the block, bro, what's the problem with me stopping and having a conversation? Yo, can I just ask something? What are y'all standing here for? What is it? Money? Is it opportunity? Is it what? You heard you need groceries? Come on. I'm gonna take you to go get some groceries. But this is what I'm gonna do. If I take you down the street to go get these groceries to put in your house, I need to see. I can't see you on this block for a week. I can't see you on this block for 2 weeks. And hopefully eventually that shit trickles down. And and that's just an idea. I'm not saying that per se, but I'm just saying people coming outside, and for the ones that see it, the ones that are right there with them, live around them. That's where it starts, is all I'm saying.
Let me say something real quick.
Chime in, yeah.
Let me say something real quick. So I work in Queens, right? I work for an organization called Life Camp, and we're actually inside of the schools.
Erica Ford.
Yes, and I believe that public schools are the #1 hubs to the community. You have to go inside the schools. The school district has to say, this is a disease. This is a problem that we have across the whole city of New York, Jersey, whatever. We got to go into schools and let them know, like, this is a curriculum. Because there's so many kids that's creating their own gangs because they just want to be down. They don't even have no big homies. They're just creating something just to have something, to have some type of camaraderie, to have some type of love, to be a part of something. And I'm talking about they not even Bloods and Crips. They the Wayne gang and the whatever gang. So you got to go into these schools, men that understand what's going on, men that are credible and qualified, because you got to be credible, and then you also got to be qualified to be able to speak to these kids with a sense of urgency and an understanding like you're educated. Yes, you can still be streets. They can see it in your aura that you come from the streets. You ain't even got to worry about that. They can see it, they can read right through it. But a lot of them are in schools. I can assure you, the gang member, the Blood, the Crip, whoever you want to name, they're going to school. They're in the 8th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and they not used to nobody coming in there saying, y'all need to drop your flags. Imagine we go into them schools. That's where it starts. Because at home, real quick, you can't make nobody do anything at home. At home is effed up. It's fucked up at home. All right? The only place they got as a safe haven is school. That's it. They go to school to eat, to sleep, to play, to learn, to do whatever. If they start seeing people like us into these schools, I can assure you we can get more. On the block is over. I feel like on the block, you can get them in school.
I agree.
Okay, I can side with that. I can go with that. I can go with that, bro.
I love that.
I agree with that, brother. I'm sorry, Hocus, real quick. I don't mean to cut y'all off, but I agree 100%. I had a situation with my son. He used to go to a KIPP school in the Bronx. I'm not going to say the school, but my son is 11 years old, and I found a hidden TikTok. In his phone. He don't got a phone, but when he was going to his family's house in New York, he had a phone. He had a hidden TikTok in his phone, and he had something K. I'm not going to say the gang, but he had something K. So when I found the TikTok, I addressed him about it, and he was panicking because, I'm like the big homie for him. Like, oh, shit. Like, when I found that, he was scared. So I'm like, yo, tell me what the hell is this about? So he's like, he started telling me. So I started schooling him on it because he had no idea I know so much about it. So I went to his school. There was a parents-teachers conference, and it was like over 70 parents there. And I told the principal and the assistant principal, like, yo, I want to have a 5-minute talk with the parents so I could guide them and teach them about drill music, because there's certain music that our kids are listening to that some parents don't even know is messing with their mental. Like, like there's this little dance that they doing that makes them a part of a certain. People told me no. I'm like, what do you mean no? I'm trying to do something to help the youth so they know what music to listen to and not to listen to. So the parents that are not aware of this, like me, can fix their kids, like teach their kids, like, yo, because there's a lot of parents that they ignorant towards the street life that we all live. Shit that we grew up about. A lot of parents are ignorant, not even ignorant. They don't have the knowledge we have. They don't have the street smarts we have. So they might see their kids on YouTube, on their tablet, on their phone, and not even know what they really listening to or what they really following. So I was trying to take 5 minutes from the principal so I could school these teachers. And she said no.
You breaking up, Black?
She was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that those dances. Damn, what was the last thing you heard?
You was talking about the teacher.
Hocus.
Yeah, you was talking about the teacher. You can hear
Yeah,
me?
when I
We
told
here,
the
bro.
teacher, when I
You
told the
said
principal,
the principal denied you to speak to the parents.
yeah, the principal denied me to speak to the parents after she agreed that the dances and everything, like basically, I schooled her on drill music and she agreed, but then she denied me to speak to the parents so I could give them the knowledge to protect their kids. So when I seen that, I removed my son from that school. I said, nah, I'm taking my son out of the school. Because she basically telling me, fuck the youth, fuck these kids, fuck their parents. If they don't know that, that's on them. I'm like, yo, what do you mean though? Like, we gotta teach these kids about these music. And I
These
say
kids don't
that
want to
to
hear none of
confirm.
that. They don't care. They don't
Yeah,
care about none
exactly.
of
So it's
that.
true what the brother said. If we go school for school, that's gonna make a huge impact. Like all of us right now on this panel, we go school for school, and everybody take 5-10 minutes to speak to the youth. That's gonna make a
That's
bigger
cool.
impact.
I love that. I ain't gonna
That's
lie. That
fire.
that right there is powerful. Kwame, you
You
want
got
to
to
I've
comment?
been
remember.
waiting to go
But
back
we're,
to Taft
but
High
we're,
School. We could do
but
that.
we're already doing that. What about those of us that's already that have been doing that? With all due
Okay.
respect to Hocus has just breathed life into what many individuals are already doing. You got BMC McFly just basically stated life camp. They've been doing it for years now, right? In Chicago, they're doing it. The same model that we talking about now is happening. So we're going into these schools. We're there. Our presence is there.
I
It's just not enough of it yet.
There's not
I, I,
enough.
I
I think
tried
the
I tried to
difference.
go to some schools. I tried to go to some schools and they denied me. And I've been trying to go to schools for the longest. Like I actually know a few people in a few schools, like principals and shit. I'm like, yo, I want to go talk to the kids, and and they're like, nah, like they don't really be with that. So I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen that yet. So if we could do that shit in New York City, as far as Washington Heights, Bronx, Brooklyn, I'm all for it. But I'm
May
saying
I
all of us as a
reiterate?
unit.
We have to go to these schools that are 600 schools that are bad, that are considered the worst of the worst in each borough. They have them. I went to Jim Thorpe. I went to
Yeah,
a school
yeah,
in
100%,
Brownsville, P 140,
100%.
275. Everybody's familiar with 275 in Brownsville. I went there. That school's terrible. You go there, we go there deep.
Well,
We gotta look like these kids. We gotta talk like them. Yo, what's poppin'? What's good? Yo, you good?
You just gotta
Huh?
have
Exactly. That's what
people
I'm
What
that
saying.
happened?
are. You
Talk to
Exactly.
gotta
me,
have
nigga.
people
Exactly.
You
that
match
are
your
them.
energy.
Respectfully, I'm younger than everybody here. If I'm coming, then they gonna listen, bro. If people that's my age and my generation is
Yeah.
talking, then they gonna listen. They
Yeah,
don't
that's
want
a
to
Yeah,
be
they
fact.
gonna
Me
schooled
listen.
too.
by
You gotta
nobody.
move
They
like
Me
don't want
them.
to
too.
be schooled by nobody older than them. They want to feel
Yo,
like they
Rail, I'm
talking to
right behind
somebody.
you, Rail. You heard Rail, I'm right behind you. That's a fact. That's what I was saying
They
They
earlier.
want
don't
to
want
feel
to
like
We
they
got
talking. They
right.
want to feel like they talking to somebody that's still going
That
through it
know
right
they
with them
lingo,
and
that know they
escaping it,
bob.
escaping
Yeah.
it right there in that moment, so they can escape it right there with them.
so
that's
one
a
So you
one
fact.
thing.
gotta
Nah,
really,
I
you
Let me
gotta
let
totally
me
really
agree.
say
reel
this
this
real quick.
100%.
generation. You gotta really reel this generation in, bro. It's really fishing with them, bro. You might throw
Yeah,
your fishing rod out and
100%.
you might get no fishes for the day. Going to any
and
high school, we
and,
might not
and yo,
get
hey, yo, yo,
into
Big
nobody
Relly,
mind.
yo, Big Relly, and not for
Yeah.
nothing, Big Relly. If one of these young niggas come at us with the yo respectfully suck my dick and all that, we gotta be positive. Like,
You gotta
nah,
be
man, we
ready
ain't
to
doing
hear
all
that
that.
from them
Yo, go
because you
ahead,
gotta
man.
understand
Yeah,
they
come
back on
at
the
you like
block
that.
beefing with everybody your age. For the
So
block
so,
right
so
now.
that's why we need a big brother. Oh, Black, I'm gonna mute you because it's clashing. That's why we need like big brother programs where it's like the little big homies they turn into they big homies, right? They like you said, you a little big homie, really. So people like you and Saint, y'all come in there with us and y'all talk to them, right? And there's one thing we got to do too is we got to let them know like, yo, look, y'all have to like we got to talk to the gangs, the leaders of the gangs, like, yo, look, y'all have to let them go. Whoever, y'all, they should even do this themselves. Have a powwow. Whoever want to leave, tell them, yo, ain't nothing gonna happen, y'all. Like, y'all good. If you want to leave, leave now. You know what I'm saying? And the ones y'all know not built like that, let them go, right? Let them go, and then help us rebuild this. So I'm glad y'all bringing this up because we gonna need, like Moshe said. I'm just bringing the conversation to the world now. Having, but let's start, how we could do it. Yo, y'all already doing it with certain programs. I would like to start having conversations. Like, Minister Kwame got his program. McFly and Moshe, y'all with some programs. My program is my 501c3 and all that paperwork is being done. It'll be ready in 30 days. I would love for all of us to partner up and go around and start. We got to stop. Like, I'm not saying us right here. I'm talking about us as a black community. We got to stop not wanting to, pass the ball. Because some people, this ain't about throwing shade towards nobody, but certain programs, even in the Bronx, and did this to me, then used my energy right? And just so they could wind up getting big funding and don't like to share the money and spread it around, like everybody ain't got a family to take care of, right? We got to stop that. And with because there's a gatekeeping going on with this too. And we could, I'm not, this ain't that conversation. Us brothers who I was mentioning, we could talk about that behind the scenes, you know, but I had to bring it up. So we got to stop that with the gatekeeping and allow people like, you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to work 12 hours a day. You know, when my voice is not just this powerful, so is my presence. I'm supposed to be putting 12 hours in these schools. I don't mind doing it, but I got a family to feed. I don't mind. I will put all the hours in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So yeah, y'all can build on that. Yeah, that was,
I think the only difference is, right, because shout out to everybody that do go into schools. Like like I'm in the schools every day, right, every single day. I think the difference is, and really, you're right. The younger you are, the closer you can relate. I definitely agree to that. Psychologically, that's just the way it's supposed to be. However, we got different ages and different approaches. The high school kids is one approach. The junior high school kids don't care about age. They're just super duper confused. Right? They don't know what they want to do. I've taught 7th grade for 7 years. I taught 7th grade for 7 years, and trust me, they don't know if they want to be clean. They don't know if they want to be dirty. They don't know if they coming. They don't know if they going. Now, the high school kids kind of like dug in, and that's where the younger people that's like, yo, I dropped my flag and I'm 30 years old. I dropped my flag and I'm 25 years old. Shit, I dropped my flag and I was 19 years old. Yes, they want to relate to the younger people, but you still need qualified, incredible. You need qualifications to get into these schools to talk.
absolutely.
Because you cannot, regardless of what, you can sound hood, you can be hood, we all hood. You got to know what to say and how to say it when you in front of
Right.
these people, especially these white folks that want to give up the money. It's the
Right.
thing. The approach is not gun violence no more, and it's more so therapeutic. Mental health is universal. Gangs is not universal. Everybody's not a gang member, but everybody got mental health issues, whether it's moderate or severe. So now we approach that through dropping your flag.
Mm.
Therapy through dropping your flag, or dropping your flag and putting therapy up there, because people want to be loved. They want to have something to be a part of. They want to be in a mix. It's monkey see, monkey do. I'm having an identity crisis, and an identity crisis is a mental health crisis because I don't know who I am. Drop your flag because you have an identity crisis. You only picked up the flag because you want to be down. That's an identity crisis. You're really not a killer. You're really not a violent person. You're just doing it so you could be a part of. Approach it with the mental health. That's all I got to say.
And I heard
you hear me?
Love that. Love
matter of
that.
fact, I do want to hear Minister. Go ahead, my fault, Minister. Go ahead.
Oh, blessings, King. Yeah, and I'm hearing a lot of great dialogue. And I think Nick Fly, you touched on it perfectly. Like, to get into these schools, there's criterias, right? And I think the ones that can't get into school need to connect with the ones that are already in the schools and figure out how we can present that dialogue to these students, right? I'm in schools. The organization are in a few schools. We actually in a elementary school as well. So we elementary, middle school, as well as high school. And we have some of our guys that I was fortunate enough to hire under SUV, because with SUV, we're state funded and we're city funded. So we're able to hire in different capacities. So I have people that we hire just for the schools. Then we have people in the outreach workers. But everyone that's hired, they're vetted, they're trained. I'm a trainer for the state. So I train every hire from the state of New York that's under SNUG. And it's a 40-hour training. They go away for a week and we train them on all different types of techniques on how to communicate with the community that's dealing with this gun violence crisis and things of that nature. We use the public health approach to gun violence, was it to interrupt the transmission of the gun violence, right? Identify and change the thinking of the highest potential transmitter and change group norms. This is part of changing group norms. This is amazing what's came out of this movement. But what I want to talk to the panel about, I'm hearing two different things that we're discussing, and they're both great. What I want to hear about is, how do we make it safe to drop your flag? I think that's something that came up, a safety issue. How do we make it safe to drop your flag? I heard safe spaces and all that. Those things might come after the other side of the process. But how do we make it safe to drop your flag? And
I
then
never. I don't think you can ever do that, man.
Hold on,
Not to
Shug.
cut you off. I don't think you can ever do that.
It depends on the
Yeah,
individual.
we could do it. We could do it. I got a solution for that, Hocus. Tell them what I told you, Hocus.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just get through this thought real quick. So I think it depends on the individuals in the set. So how do we make it safe for that individual? Where do they reach out and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing? What, putting something in place, Hocus, they can reach out, and then you could put something in place to make it safe to drop it, right? The first part. Then after they drop their flag, what are the resources that we surround them with, right? What do we sit down with them and say, okay, what do you want to do? And how do we come together with all these brothers, all these organizations and say, hey, I got this individual. He's dropped.
You went on mute. You hit mute by accident. Here you go.
This interview is an individual, and we is a safe drop of the flag. Now we figure out who can be the best individual organization or resources around them, right? So they can go to the next level, however that looks. It might be people that just want to drop their flag and just be done with it, right? But if with this drop your flag movement, it's so big that I think those are two things we have to figure out. How do we make it safe for them? And then what resources do we wrap around them? Whether it's therapeutic, whether it's a vocational, creative, whatever that looks like. So they're not just dropping their flag and they're just sitting around doing nothing, because they're going to wind up still being with the same group of individuals. So it's a mindset that we're looking at. How do we change the mindset after that? How do we support that? How do we celebrate that? Right? How do we celebrate this? Make this something that everybody wants to do. We're not going to have all the answers. We're not going to please everybody. I get that. But we have to have something in place, at least at that initial, I'm going to drop my flag. How do I get supported to do this safe? Now that I drop it, how do we get resources and support around it?
I just want to say something real quick. And I just want to say this. I think when we talk about drop your flag, I think, and somebody else mentioned, I'm not sure who mentioned it, we're probably in our minds thinking about structure and organization as things were in the past. Like when you thought about how the Latin King, the Almighty Latin King and Queen Nation was, or when you thought about how UBN was, or you thought about how all of these different groups were, they were organized. So when you talk about dropping your flag, there was like at least individuals who you can go to, elders who had the respect of the masses, that you can say, yo, listen, this individual no longer wants to be in this group. Can he get a pass? But that's not that doesn't exist today. We're talking about, I saw somebody put in the chat, and I can identify with that. You got individuals who are claiming to be like big homies at the age of like 22, 23. They're the leaders of the 14, 15-year-old individuals. With the 16, 17-year-old little bros that come to my program, they're following 20-year-old individuals who are their big homie. So there is no structure of gang the way we might have it. This is not the 70s, like with the Warriors and all that, and the Jolly Stompers and all that. We talking about a different type of dropping your flag. So it's very difficult to have that conversation to answer Kwame's question of how do we even establish safety when the idea of dropping your flag is so unrealistic to these individuals. Because what flag? There's no flag.
There's no flag to drop. There was no oath to take to begin with when they joined.
Big Rally, you know what I mean? So I think we got to understand that it's the gang subculture is so convoluted and complicated now that it just has been turned into a cancer.
We could do it, Moshe. We could do it, Moshe. You heard? I was telling Hocus 45, we could definitely do it, because this one I'm still active. And I'm young. I'm only 35. And I was telling Hocus to make that's crazy. Y'all said that because we just spoke about this, Hocus, and correct me if I'm wrong. I said we could still do this because I still got my situation where I got a lot of young niggas that's 2021 that they are the big homies to their sets, and they respect me of my what I did. Like my recent one was you feel me? Like, damn man, I don't want to talk too much because I don't know how to explain this shit so y'all can understand.
No,
we could do it.
Don't talk too much. We understand.
We could do it. We could do it. You know how we could do it? Because I got some young niggas right now that they're not under my shit. They're under somebody else's shit. But they said if I go talk to their big homie, they'll fall back because they know their big homie's gonna respect me. You understand what I'm saying? So
what's gonna happen when that little kid? What's gonna happen when that kid gets murdered?
He's not gonna get murdered.
That same kid. What's gonna happen if he gets murdered? Why would you say that?
Nah, but let's not.
Nah, his big homie.
It's reality.
But listen, homie. Listen, though. His big homie respect me. So off the strength of me telling his big homie, yo, little homie not banging no more, he gonna respect it.
How about
You
the
feel
little
what I'm
other
saying?
stupid
Let me
niggas?
talk
How
about
that?
a situation that I just did. I mean, I just did it in front of the world, and that's why I did it the way I did it. You know, the young ape wanted to leave. He was going to college, and I took the right channels. Respectfully hit up the apes. No, actually, I just put the message out there because I didn't even want them to feel like, damn, he reaching out to me on social media. This could look a little hot. So I put the message out there, but I did it this way because I got a big
I
platform.
seen you say, I hope
Yeah,
you said
so hold on, bro. Yeah, they reached out to me, right? They reached out to me, multiple of the apes. What? Oh, yo, Hope, man, yo, we support him. Yeah, ain't nobody thinking about that. Let him go. So I did do it that way, and it worked. They let him
Exactly.
go.
Exactly.
So most like Black, yeah, he's still acting. He young, but he's still the big homie. He's old enough to he got his patia. They respect him. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
we
That's
highlight
what I'm
those
saying.
that-
Exactly.
those that we some of us, right? People like me, Black, Moshe, that been in it for so long, we know how to approach and go talk to the big homies out there now and be like, yo, listen, that's why I just said what I said a little while ago. Like, yo, listen, we can have a meeting with them, privately. Yo, listen, we need y'all to let go who want to get let go, because it's a lot of them coming to us and they want to let go. They are afraid. But so we need y'all to go have a talk with them and let them, yo, listen, anybody that want to be let go, let them go. I mean, trust and believe. We might not get everybody out like that, but just like I got that one ape out, I got him out. We gonna get a
maybe you might have to be the point person. Maybe Hocus could be the point person, or to answer Kwame's question, people can be delegated to be point people that they can then reach out to and say, hey, there's somebody that's thinking about doing that. And perhaps there can be channels that can, if those channels exist, because I know Black is saying that those channels exist. We know that there are systems that still operate a certain way, but perhaps that doesn't exist for everything. What happens in those cases where that this?
All right, 100%. You're right.
We're gonna run into brick
all right,
walls.
look. As far as Trinitario, I could guarantee any young nigga that's Dominican or under Trinitario want to drop their flag, I could go talk to their big homie and they're gonna respect it. I can't speak for anybody else because I'm not that. You understand what I'm saying? But I've been Trinitario so long and I put on for my family so long that I already got the credentials to do it because I did it before this movement. I opened up a car wash in the Bronx and I made like 7 pata niggas. I didn't make them. They came to me like, yo, I don't want to gangbang no more, but my big homie is this. Who's your big homie? I know your big homie. And I'll pull up to the big homie crib. Oh, shit, okay, Black. Niggas will hug me. Yo, son, you got a little man under you? Yo, that nigga don't want to gangbang no more. Leave that nigga. Yo, bro, that nigga's gone. Fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about that, Black. You know you my brother. Because there's a respect thing. That's why I said as far as Trinitarios, I could buy any young nigga. That's why I asked Hocus. Any Spanish nigga came to them, want to drop their flag, let me know, because I could guarantee get him the walking papers. Because I'm going to go direct him to their big homie and guarantee he going to know me, we going to know each other, or we're going to know of each other, and he's going to grant them papers. And I'm pretty sure a bunch of y'all could do that if y'all was walking the right path in the gangbanging world. You feel what I'm saying?
Negro, I ain't going to take nothing from you. I know you since 05, Rikers Island, man. You was with Bacalao. I know who you are, and you do got them street credentials. I give it to you. But we cannot sit here and say that we could just easily just get niggas to drop their flag. Hocus maybe. Hocus been in the streets for a while. Yeah. Not everybody's going to get a pass, though, gang. You know that. Everybody's not going to get a pass.
The first step to reaching people my age, if y'all want to, it's what we doing right here. Like, y'all got to step up and be them figures for us, bro. We ain't have, but we talking, I'm 30, so for the last 15 years, bro, ain't been no consistent McFlys, no consistent Hocuses, no consistent Minister Kwame. Even if y'all been doing y'all work, ain't reached Kingsbridge. Like, you understand what I'm saying? To save all the young niggas. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all got to remember, Tookie did gang. He advocated against gangs. These people, the biggest people in the lineups, advocated against gangs because it started going in the direction where they didn't take it, bro. So from the rip, if it wasn't against the police, Tookie and them niggas was saying, bro, save the youth.
Yo, we need to get with the gangs. We need their help. They need to get with us. That's the fact.
I'm glad, Brother Trust. I'm glad you said that because that's the other side of it. And that's what McFly, Moshe, myself, that's what our organizations are doing. We don't go to these young youth and say, drop your flag, right? This is
Right.
something that was organic and that we agree with and we move, but that's only one part of it. The ones that don't, we still have to give them these resources. We still have to
Carry
give
your
them
flag correctly then.
We're still working with them each and every day. I have over right now maybe 20 different outreach workers from Snug side, CMS side. They have a caseload of 10 or more participants. So we talk about 120 to maybe close to 200 participants, which are high-risk individuals that's likely to shoot someone to be shot. We're dealing with every day. So we're looking at both sides of this. This side is saying, listen, whatever the reason you got into it is not the same now. Here's a reset for you. We're making a way for this to be safe for you to say, listen, I don't want to partake on this part of this anymore. The ones that's in it, we're wrapping our arms around them as well. We're not throwing them away. We're not turning our back on them. We're saying
I want to embrace gang members too, man. Like we need
everything
them.
that you're doing, change your mindset.
And we said we need their help. Y'all let us pull out whoever want to leave. Who y'all know not built like that, kick them out. And y'all help us build this new foundation, like I said, that's built around, that's not built on criminality.
We don't gotta wait to let them, bro. If we see it, act on it. Because a lot of these niggas need to be pulled out, bro. They not gonna leave.
No, but that's counterproductive to what we saying right now. Right. As far as like we know that some people ain't gonna be with it, so we go to them like the brothers are saying, like yo, even you saying like yo, we go to them. To the gangs in the hoods, like yo, look, this is what we do. Most of the time, we're not going to be met with resistance. Everybody that's in the gang, most of the time, they're going to respect it. Like yo, these brothers, nobody really want to go to prison, bro. I don't give a fuck who it is. Nobody really want to have to be in the gang wars. Niggas really don't want to be in gang wars, bro.
Yo,
out there.
Talk about that.
All the youth I speak to, and I'm not talking about when they with each other. All of them that I speak to in private,
yes.
They have common sense.
Yes.
They want to do better for themselves.
Yes. They start crying.
They start. I've been with the young individuals every single day, and each and every one of these individuals don't want to be in the game. They just are in the game because they in the game. So I know everything you guys are saying is correct. I agree with what Black is saying too. A lot of times, man, we just gotta really and I think what was the brother name who said that? It was Big Saint. If you're not really tapping into them like that, you won't know that this is how they feeling.
Right.
But you gotta really tap into the pulse of the youth, man, and really be involved in what they be. You gotta pull up to where they at in the project. They gotta see your face. They gotta trust you. I'm telling you, if you're doing it like that, they're gonna have those intimate conversations with you where you're gonna know that these individuals don't even want to be a part of this group.
You are 1,000, not to cut your wisdom, right? But you are 1,000% right. Yo, it's just the start of they never seen a group of individuals go up to the schools and be like, we're doing this, drop your flag, whatever you want to call it. They never seen nothing like that. Never ever seen nothing like that. So even if you can't get the tough wannabes, the hardest zebras, right? We're gonna call them the zebras. Even if you can't get the hardest zebras,
getting the thinkers.
You get exactly. This is the thing that we got to stay focused on, everybody. Let's stay focused on the fact that seeing a movement. The movement alone is going to be super powerful. Let's go after the people that got
yo, Trust. You don't know how many people you motivated. They probably didn't even write you, Trust, but you don't know how many kings you motivated. My man, Fame Cobain King, you heard he make music. Right. You don't know how many kings you motivated to be positive. Right. Just over you doing that alone, bro. The negative gonna be all under your comments.
Of course.
For positive, those the private phone calls like, yo, nah.
Hello.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Because I want Melody. She's on here. She has a she has her own organization too out of New York, and she's out there with the kids every day. I want to highlight her voice and to give her voice. And I'm
gonna pull out, man.
Hi, Melody.
She's here. She's on stage.
Hi, family. How's everybody doing?
She's on stage.
How you doing, Melanie?
I'll turn on my camera so you guys can see me. I don't really like.
I was gonna ask you to.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? As for Trust, I know King Tone personally, and he has a not-for-profit that's pulling people out of the gangs. So it's possible. You know what I mean? Everybody got the blessing of King Tone, and if that's what they want to do, then they could definitely reach out. We could get that done.
Because I heard your spill with Hocus, and I had a lot of agreements with you. So I was trying to tap in that day. And I just want to thank you for a lot of things you said too. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, it's not easy for me because I'm a woman, and
Right.
a lot of people try to take the movement when they see a woman doing it. But when I speak to the people that I know that have been in the gangs for 30 and 40 years, they say they don't want to drop the flag, but there's a way of folding your flag and honorable where you can be respected when you don't want to be in that gang anymore. You know what I mean? So if we can say that to the young kids, they don't have to drop it, but they can fold it and be respected when they do that, because there's a lot of indictments coming through, and we need these young kids to understand that when they're in these cliques and these gangs, that they're just indicting themselves. You know what I mean? And social media
Mm-hmm.
is a
Right.
big platform that's indicting kids, whether they know it or not, you know? And it's hard to speak on that publicly when you know a lot of things, you know what I mean? So I just have to tread lightly on what I say. I don't
Right.
want to put
Melody,
myself into no
I want to say, like,
situation.
I know what you're saying. I have been indicted, and I had
Right.
other people's mess that I was not even involved in because I was a big king, and I helped Staten Island down. I was first crown, this, that, part of the whole Tone circle with my right hand man, DL. And you know, so we know Tone very well. So to get past the whole lump, I got blamed for shit I didn't even do. And the scary part is, tell me who you walk with, I tell you who you are. As simple as that. You know, and the mess is, like, yes, Tone is probably telling you can sign your gates or be ancient. I could have said I'm ancient. But you know, at the end of the day, Melody, that don't exist. It don't
Let me say,
exist. It's make believe paperwork up to give you a pass in the Latin King world to walk out. I decided to leave this way so that way I could help the next person, the next youth. And
Well, we
Melody,
all
that's
know
another
that
let me
thing
once
I
a
say,
didn't
king,
say.
Melody,
always a king. My brother's a king. You know
We
what I'm
all
saying?
kings. We all
And I know
kings.
that.
Melody,
All
can
of
I
us
say
are
the
kings.
But
importance
I
of
know
why
that's
leaving
how
it?
that runs. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's why I know you speaking in
Let
that
me
way,
say
because
the
my brother's
importance
been a
of
Latin
why,
king since he was 13 years old, and that's why I get the
Melody.
respect I get in these streets. And I don't talk about
Mm.
that. But
Right.
Let me say the importance real quick, Melly, on why I believe it's important to leave the way I did and trusted and ready to. It's because of the Rico. And it happened to me. And that's why I'm telling everybody. It happened to me. If you don't denounce it, and this is why I've denounced it publicly. I've been not gang banging. You know what I'm saying? But I never denounced it publicly. Everybody know I've been doing this work. So what they did was they still end up throwing me in a Rico because somebody said I probably got up with niggas was in. I don't even know right now. I still don't have no paperwork. I don't even know why I'm in this shit. I don't. And people probably don't believe me. I'm telling y'all. Like, I'm one of the realest niggas to walk this planet. I'm never gonna go out bad. I don't give a fuck if it's 30 years, whatever. I'm going all the way. So I don't know why I'm even in this shit. For real. And they did it to me. If you stay in the gang, they're gonna find a way. And some people might not find a way, right? But it's a possibility. If they want you, they're gonna find a way to throw you in this shit. We gotta these gangs are criminal enterprises to the FBI. They done proved it. They done got convictions.
And they
So
don't care.
how can I
And they don't
how can I
care.
fold? Let me say this real quick. I'm gonna land. How can I fold Sex Money Murder, a name like Sex Money Murder, right? How can I ever be productive in society with that on my? But I can be productive as a ex Sex Money Murder member and to come out here and to go into corporate like that. But how can I fold that and not denounce it when they could just, okay, he's a part of it. Look, he got videos talking about it. He got music. He gathered up with the homies. I probably just went to fucking hang out with people. But they can always forever pull us in these Ricos. It's important for us to drop the flag and to say, yo, we done with this. Let's rebuild. And for those who don't want to drop the flag and don't agree with me, it's okay. Just help us rebuild this. And I keep saying that, right? Because I'm not naming it anything. I'm just putting the idea. I'm gonna say this last thing. I ain't never see a NOI of Rico. And I'm gonna just land, man.
And
Yo,
I'm
tell me
glad y'all
one
both
thing.
touched on
Tell
that.
me one thing that I was just in Crossroads, right? I gotta post the video up because I was speaking and one of the young guys in Crossroads. Y'all heard of Crossroads, right?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, we
Yeah.
know that.
So I know the other. All right. So I asked him about dropping his flag. Then I said, well, listen, tell me one thing give me your most successful story about being in a game. And I didn't get one. I didn't get one, so I'm wondering, give me
And you
what's the
won't get one. You
and you
won't get
won't get one. And I'm like, yo, tell me. And I was telling him about my son, right? And I said, give me one time that you had a consistent, nice run where everything is going well. You paying your bills. You bought a new, up to date car, up to date house. Like, give me a success story. They talk about a robbery. And it was 7 of them that came up, 30 bands. I'm like, well, where's the money at? Like, these are the things that we gotta. It's a psychological warfare, because joining a gang is a psychological warfare. You understand? You ain't gonna get punched on to join a gang. You don't have to. Like, I'm talking about in the sense of like actually saying, "Yo, I'm gonna beat you down unless you join." No. So at the end of the day, how do we approach them from a psychological perspective? Whereas though we use reverse psychology for good. And yes, I heard one kid say, I'll fold my flag, but I'm never dropping my flag. I'm like, shit, I'll rock with that too.
You know what's crazy? It's so easy for us to say, yo, these kids gonna be in danger if they step away from negativity. But if they had been positive the whole time, they'd have been looked at as bozos in their hood or something like that.
Well, how about they could get killed while they in the gang, staying in? How about
you understand?
That
so
danger's there anyway.
The same way bro was just saying, like, yo, how you gonna stop them from getting hurt black if they get out of the 3 bullshit? Bro could be wanting to build computers his whole life and still get hit in the hood. You understand what I'm saying? So that narrative ain't never gonna change, bro. What we trying to change is from niggas trying to destroy the world, gang. I feel like any little nigga being initiated into a gang from 2020 going forward was just blasphemy to the whole streets, bro. Because like Moshe was just saying, ain't no more real flags to drop and ain't no more real oaths to take when you on the way in. Because I was doing a live with China Bremen. He told me all the old gangbangers did all they banging in jail. If you was a street banger, they was looking at you like, what? You bang on what street? It's not respected if you wasn't banging on the yard. So it's like now they're coaching the kids to bang to go to jail, and then these kids be dropping once they get in there anyway, Hogus.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. And he not gonna be the big crib, Big Mac, none of that when he get in there, bro. But he gonna end up being right with Moshe and them. Feel me? Want to be protected by Big Corn.
You made a valid point. I'm gonna say this real quick, McFly. Pass it right to you.
No, yeah.
It's crazy how ironic to think that in New York the blood started in jail. So niggas is representing niggas is in the street. We representing a gang that started in jail. No, like what we keep doing is going to jail. Like this shit. When you think about the psychology of the shit, it's fucking ridiculous, bro.
And China told me when the UBS started, when he said that it was all peer pressure. Everybody was joining off of peer pressure.
So years ago, a lot of the young homies would be coming to visit me, and I had a problem with this, right? And this was one of my big issues with the youth coming up to see individuals who had influence over them while they were in jail. So they would come up on the visit to visit us, and they would be talking about now mind you, they're in the streets and they're talking about prison politics. So my thing was, why are you guys in the streets concerned about what's going on in prison? So I had a big issue with that. Like I really was troubled with that you guys, that they were more concerned about what was going on in prison than they were about on their blocks. I think that's a big issue too, because if individuals in the streets are following behind so-called leaders that are incarcerated, that's a whole nother recipe for a disaster. And that's what currently exists in a lot of these groups.
And another thing, a lot of these so-called grown men be grown males. Listen, why do you, it's like I'm mimicking. A lot of kids will rather mimic you than listen to you. When I seen people smoking and drinking and laughing, I wanted to do the same thing. Don't tell me not to pick up a fucking cigarette and a beer, and when you smiling, having a good time, picking up a cigarette and a beer. The point that I'm trying to make is it be a lot of damn near senior citizens talking about, I'm 43 years old. I'm not too far away from being a senior citizen. It's no fucking way I'm going to be out here talking about gangbanging, the shit I used to do in jail, arguing with this man and shit, talking about, and then you see the kids, they looking at the old heads, the so-called grown men that are grown males talking about gangbanging. Even if you're not gangbanging, if you're talking about being a gang member and you're like, you're walking with this sense of pride, trying to perpetuate that you're not into nothing, but every time you turn around, you're arguing with other gang members. You're talking about this over here, talking about that over there. What do you think the young kids is going to do? And again, and I'm about to land, we gotta not just focus on the typical Bloods and Crips. It's kids out here creating gangs that don't have nothing to do with Bloods and Crips.
That's a fact. Yo, we got the brother Bad Vibes in the building. Bad Vibes. You can let them know who you be, and you know, and basically we've been building for a little second, but you can let them know who you be while you're here.
Bad Vibes.
Bad Vibes. Oh, you got to come off of mute. You got he don't know probably. You got to come off of mute, bro. Bad Vibes.
It's on the bottom.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Hello? Yeah. You say who I be? Oh, Bad Vibes, Notorious Non-Trade Gangster, first generation. Yeah, but salute the Hocus and the whole panel.
Salute, bro.
Bad Vibes was popping. It's St. Billy, you heard? Non-Trade Gangster.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I was late coming in, and I was spinning around making a couple of errands and all that, but it's a good bill, good direction, you know.
Yes, sir.
It's time, man. Well, what else we gonna lose? What else there to lose? You know what I'm saying?
That part. You know, just you could talk to them basically about you know how you feel about like I said, I'm leaning with like, yo, I think that this would be good opportunity for us to, you know, fall back and keep the FBI from indicting us, putting us in these RICOs, because they have these gangs listed as criminal enterprises, even though we know they're not. Yeah. They've been successful in doing it. And you know, just basically I'd rather you just tell from your perspective how you feel about that. And
that's an actual fact. That's an actual fact that it's labeled as a criminal enterprise, and it's like, what more do we got to spare to lose? You know, we done lost everything just at the expense of this, man.
Can I say something real quick, yo, Hocus, man? What is this about? Trying to stop the RICO or trying to stop gangs, man? Because I left the gang life, right? I left the gang life and I left it alone. To be real, if this needs to work, every big homie needs to be on board with the drop your flag movement. Like, you can't even hold big homie status if you don't support the drop your flag movement. Or this is about the RICO, man. Because I know you facing charges. I done faced some charges, did my time. They're going to see that you're not a gang member in God's name and Jesus' name. And we're going to move forward from that. But now this is, to me, it's not about the RICO. To me, it's about how can we support the youth and get them to have a platform. It's not hitting the streets, the schools, yes, and we need a platform on social media because they need privacy. They want to know that they could run to you when nobody's there to judge them.
Let me ask you a question before you go too deep. Let me go too deep and
Let me follow up, please.
Yes. So it's how can I say? That's a symptom that I'm bringing up. You're right. But it's real. So we see right now, we see the influx of our youth and just getting indicted. We see it. So I think personally people don't want to go to jail, right? And it ain't about me because of what happened to me. This is something that we see that we want to stop. So I would think logically that I will lead with this. This is from my perspective on my solution I'm bringing. That's what we're here to talk about, a lot of solutions. I would tell you like, yo, look, y'all don't see what's going on. They calling these gangs criminal enterprises. Logically, for anybody that's a logic human being, I would think that you would like, yo, we have to put the gangs down and drop the flags and stop representing these gangs, because it's, first of all, it's counterproductive to the community, period. Second of all, they're going to keep rounding us up. And some brothers want to say, well, I could stay in the gang and keep doing positive. One day you're going to end up in these RICO because you can end up in a RICO. You can end up in a conspiracy. Yeah, you can.
All it takes for tap in with a person that's got something going on, even if they know or don't know, and you're there. Yeah.
So trust.
I think one second, and I'm gonna go back on mute.
Y'all able to hear me?
Let me finish.
I hear y'all. Oh, go ahead. Let me
finish. Because I'm trying to tell you, trust. Like, yo, look, I would think that when I say that, people wouldn't ask me a question like that because it's true though. It's like, are we doing this for the Rico? Hell fucking yeah, we are. Hell yeah. Ain't niggas tired of getting swept up and going to jail? Even we know that. Y'all not listening to everything I'm saying. We know that these are not criminal organizations. I mean, criminal enterprises.
I don't think
No, but
promoting.
it's bigger than Rico. What about the lives that's being lost?
Yeah.
What about the lives that's being
Part
lost?
of my soul. Part of my soul. I'm gonna
But
go.
he asked me about that.
Real quick,
He asked me why am I saying
Hope.
that? Because I want to get.
Oh, real quick, right? This big saint right here, but this my big bro. This my big bro for real. Like Hulk is really my big bro, right? And big bro, correct me if I'm wrong, right? So trust. This is my issue with a lot of these niggas that's making all these comments and ain't doing shit, right? Because niggas keep trying to paint a narrative that it's not. Now, respectfully, Big Bro has been doing this, to my knowledge, from when I came into it and he started affecting and changing my life was 4 or 5 years ago, you heard? So, to my knowledge, he's been on the same wave and same type of time for 5 years trying to save these kids, trying to wake people up, trying to show niggas what's really going on out here, that we are really stuck in the matrix and we indoctrinated, you heard? Now, fast forward to today, okay? What he's doing now and the reason why I would say, right, he's standing so firm on this shit is because as a person that y'all know, that's a notable former gang member, okay, that's living his life properly, waking people up and actively making change in my community, and these people still found a way to try to get me up off these streets because I'm still quote unquote tied to a name. That's where that come from. So for niggas to keep making it seem like he's only doing this because he's fighting the case, that's incorrect. The case is just the highlight and the cherry on top as to why we need to put some urgency behind this shit. Because what he's saying is, if they can do this to me in my 40s and 50s, what the fuck are they gonna do to a 20-year-old? They're gonna cook you.
Now, listen, we know bro's sincere about what he's saying. But what I'm trying to say is, right, you heard, school gives you a test, and then school gives you a lesson, and then you take a test. Life gives you a test, and then you learn a lesson. You understand what I'm saying? So it's different dynamics to this. We could talk about the Rico, yes, but I think we need to stay focused on the youth, positivity, and upbringing that, because they're not going to want to leave gangs talking about the Rico. They don't give a fuck about the Rico. They got to learn experience, you heard? That's why they need to take that lesson and then take the test. Not get tested and then learn a lesson. They need experience. They're going to have to go to jail.
I think we're saying the same thing and we agree. I think that he's trying to give information.
Yeah, and let me say this.
Fault.
I'm not just talking to the youth. I'm talking to us. I'm talking to grown ass men too. So the grown men, right? The youth don't care, but as a grown man, if you don't care, you a bad leader. You nigga, you should be kicked out the whip. You should understand what the fuck I'm saying, because at the end of the day, yeah, like I'm talking to everybody.
No, you absolutely right. No, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, the bigger question is that a person that's not on board, what are you trying to further in being who you are and doing what you're doing?
What I'm saying is, what are you trying to drop your flag movement, not the drop your Rico movement, gang. That's what I'm saying. That's gonna happen. We're gonna talk about that. But this is about dropping your flag, brother.
But that's what we hear. Everything in his total.
I'm looking at the backdrop right now on YouTube.
Let me respond to Trust real quick.
It's everything in its totality. Like, that's why we're here to talk about the solutions. I'm telling y'all why. I'm a critical thinker. I told you what my platform is. This is what I conjured up. You know what? Maybe if I could approach it like this, and you know what happened? It became a nationwide topic because I thought like that, and because I put it out there, and it became a nationwide topic, and now we here, right? I'm not saying we're here for overall solutions, not to say
Focus, not for nothing though. I know this may sound crazy to a lot of people, but I think that your strength is going to be working with the DA's office. Since you have this platform and is reaching the world, create an avenue with the DA's office, 100%. And I can open that up. I'll open that up for you. We can speak to the DA. That is the strongest way for you to hit New York City. We'll have the conversation. I'll open the door. You know, I am so close with Darcel. She listens to everything that I'm saying. I have legislation being passed right now. That is the smartest thing for us to do. If you want to sit at the mayor's office, we could sit at the mayor's office. We bring everybody to the table. That's how you make real change. If I can have you on board with that, I don't have a problem coming to the table and doing it. But I'm not going to do that by myself. I'm not a gang member. You know what I
Facts.
mean? You guys have the right ties, but if you want that door opened, I'll be willing to do it. And I think your strength is to work with the DA.
That's,
I
look,
know it sounds crazy.
no,
Real,
no, no,
real
no.
quick, real
Melissa,
quick.
don't know it
Facts.
sound crazy to me when
No,
it
it
comes to
don't sound
saving
crazy.
lives,
It sounds right.
So what we
Focus.
gonna do, Melody?
That
We
don't
gonna
sound crazy to me at all, Hocus, because I was just telling my brother, like,
He's right.
if I could go back 20, I was just saying this to you, Brown, like, yo, if we was 35 years in the streets in history right now, Minister would be the closest nigga to the streets in here. He'd be Bumpy Johnson's best friend.
I
Because
don't
he,
even laugh,
Bumpy
son.
Johnson, yeah, Minister, because Bumpy Johnson like a book on how to have power, though.
Really.
Excuse me, really,
Real
real quick.
quick, can I just chime in? I've been
Real
waiting.
quick.
Real
Let's
quick,
not
real quick.
let's
Can
not
you
get
hear
off
me, Hope?
topic. Let's
Hope,
not get
can you
off
hear me?
topic,
I'm
man.
just saying, bro, what she said
Am I
matches up
muted?
because that's where
Now, we
real
gonna
power
build.
lies,
We
bro,
gonna
making
build.
those steps.
Melody,
Am I
I'm gonna
muted?
Real
give you
quick,
my number.
this is
I'm
real
gonna
quick.
call. I'm
Let's
gonna
not
give you
get
my
off
number.
topic. Let's not get off topic. What Mr. Mean Quan and Mo Sean, everything is saying is official, 100%. But let's worry about the main focus. The first thing we got to do is encourage the youth to drop their flag. Everything else after is a trivial top. The first thing we
Facts.
got to focus on is giving them the courage to drop their flag and feel safe with us. That's the
Yup.
first thing we got to do. Everything else, we going to get it. We going to get it right. Because once they say, yeah, I agree, they in the door. They in the building. You feel what I'm
They
saying?
still in the gang database though. So in order to
Yup.
get
No,
them
it
out
don't
that
matter
gang
about that.
database,
We're
we
not
gotta hit
worried
them
about
DA's
that right now.
offices.
We're not worried about that.
It goes
Now we
hand in
gotta
hand with each other though.
Why we not worried about that? We all worried
It goes
about that.
hand
This
in
is the whole
hand.
thing. If Rico,
No,
they
it
killing
doesn't.
us. We do one thing, we go to jail
I
forever.
beat seven
about that.
indictments. Yo,
We
Hocus, I
all
beat
worried about
7
that. You do one
indictments.
thing, bro, you done. You're going to jail forever. This is
Let
why
Kwame
Hocus
chime
That's
in.
what I
We
was
get
saying.
we getting lost. It sounds like we
Yo, real
just
quick.
disagreeing
You
with
hear
each
me?
other. Let Kwame chime in. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Melody, you're 100% on point.
100.
I was born and
right,
raised with
100.
Darcel. She's from Soundview Projects. I know a whole family. I'm constant in communication with her. 100% right. With trust,
She's a
what you're
beautiful
saying-
person.
with what you're saying with why the Rico, and that's the thing that I came to mind when I spoke to Hocus. I kept saying to myself, why you know how sad it is that we have to use the Rico to get everybody's attention? Think about that.
Because they use it against us to get everybody's attention,
Watch
to
it,
calm
watch
us
it.
down.
No, trust,
They use it
trust.
against us to shut us
Trust,
down,
hold
gang.
on,
That's
follow
why.
me for a second, my brother. Follow me, because I'm with you. But you know how sad it is that we have to use the Rico. But thank God that it took this Rico case to have to get this dialogue started, right? But
Thank
watch
you,
this.
Kwame. That's the point.
And we're talking about Rico, right? That is the results of a lot of different actions that are destroying our people and our community. Being in the gang is not illegal, but when you connect that illegal activity, that's where Rico comes in. So
Exactly.
everything we want to go against, the destruction of our community, if we don't get in front of that, if you're tied to any organization, you're gonna get a Rico.
Exactly.
I don't know.
How about this, good brother? Let me
Melody.
say one thing. How
No,
about
let
what Melody
Kwame
said?
finish. Trust. Let him finish.
Yeah, so that's why that part of it is so important. Everyone that understands this movement understands that we're trying to get in front of the destruction of our communities and our people,
Exactly.
right? And this is one avenue to do it. We're not going to solve every problem.
It's just one avenue, and that's why we here for the rest.
Every fight.
Yeah,
But
don't
this
fight my avenue. Just come up with more. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all of our avenue. It's just something that I thought and I led with, and God gave me, put me through this so that I could come forward and do this, bro. Now the conversation is here. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to go talk with I'm about to sit with some politicians. Real shit. They already been hitting me up, and I'm about to go on major news networks, mainstream media this week. So we here to talk about solutions. I don't want to just go up there
Focus,
and
let
say
me
the
send you
Rico.
my flag though. Let me send you my flag.
I ain't gonna
Yo,
I'm gonna need you to
you-
have your interviews with the
My
flag
flag-
behind
My
you.
flag
Yo.
is universal. My flag is God, man.
Yo, participants.
You know what I mean though, because it's this flag here. You need
Can
that
I-
with
can I-
you
can I
because
say
these
one
kids
thing?
gotta
Listen.
understand.
Wait a
The
minute,
reason, I
trust, real
agree,
quick.
the reason I agree with Melody, right, is because I feel like we need the government's blessings. That's all I'm saying. Without the government's
all agree with
blessings,
that.
they're gonna be against us, gang. They're
No,
gonna
but
be
listen,
against
trust.
us.
You're right. Hold up. But y'all got.
Well,
but for
can
those
I
who
interject?
wait a minute. Can I just say something real quick? Participants, when you become a participant, right? Either they said you were in the gang or you just a trouble kid. From there, that's why Melanie is right. The DA got kids' names in the data system. where they got them written down as, oh, he's a part of this gang, part of that gang.
Exactly.
So even if they drop their flag, their
Exactly.
name is still in the system.
Exactly.
That shit goes hand in hand, bro.
Yes,
It
it
does.
does.
And
It
I'm not
does.
even trying to be. I don't want this. It's nothing wrong with having like the back and forth. You know what I mean, in a healthy way. But trust me, bro, on this, I agree with her 1,008%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's not just gangs anymore. They're even labeled as crews.
Yeah.
What happens if we push?
Early,
What happens if we push kids to be cops or to be cops, and then they'll be the good cops in our neighborhoods instead of these bad cops that we have?
We need
What
cops.
happens
I
if
don't
we
care what
stop
like
nobody
that?
say. We need cops
need
in the
cops.
I agree
community.
with that as well.
Yeah, that's why I got to do roll calls and get the fucking you know, the hood, the support, you know, the go after the sexual predators. So I got to do that, right? Because you know the cops ain't doing the job. So I'm here all the way minding my business, roll because I see it. You know what I mean? For real, and the cops ain't doing the job. So I gotta.
Yeah, I salute you, Hocus. You're a real one, gang.
I shouldn't even have to be encouraging the community, but you know what? I'm gonna do it because I feel it. I see it. I don't know. I'm an empath, maybe. I don't know, bro. I see something I don't like. Damn, that shit bother me. I gotta do something. That's just how I am. I gotta do something, bro. So don't blame me for doing something.
Y'all.
Oh, wait. Before you do that, before you do
Huh?
that, can you connect all of us some kind of way so we have each other's contact?
Yes, sir.
So we can use each other's scripts.
My Instagram is Trust Moolah.
Like that.
Yo, listen, I just want to say this before I sign out. The difference is influencers are powerful. When they see an influencer, and I hate to say it like this, but when they see an influencer with hundreds to thousands of followers and all of that, the first thing they say is, oh, you're important. So when you got a person like Hocus with his influence going out there like, yo, I seen you before, they be happy to see people in person going to these schools. I think the first thing we should do is go to these schools. I appreciate everybody on this panel. We need each other more than ever. We need each other more than ever. We need black men, Spanish men, whoever you want, to come together and let them know that we can work together and we can be powerful.
Exactly.
And everybody has to be in agreement, and the message
And I
all has to be the
1,000%,
same.
I 1,000% agree with that. And I told Hocus that the other day. We can sit on these panels, we can talk all fucking day, we can make all the posts that we want to make. All that shit sound good. Niggas ain't gonna start believing this shit until they start seeing us move in solidarity, until they start seeing numbers, until they start seeing
Exactly.
action. And that's one thing about the
Exactly.
little bros that I know for sure. The little bros only believe what they see because that's the era that they come up in. You
Yeah, when
understand
they
what I'm
see
saying?
that,
So it isn't until they see us 12 people that's on this panel come together and they see us on their block. They see us, like you just said, they see us in their schools.
Exactly.
They really get a chance to see us, and now we can make them feel it. Because now they won't feel like you were saying earlier to attack certain points. You won't feel, certain people won't feel alone. They'll feel like
right?
they have some type of defense. Like it's certain things, because now it's like, okay, we can sit down and have a politic and a build. Yo, you really want to do this? Cool. One of us has a direct line to somebody that can make this happen.
Exactly.
You understand? And in
Salute,
all
y'all.
ways, we can
Bless you,
always
King.
help. There's people's in
Salute,
the
bro.
school. We
Appreciate
having
you.
a problem in the school. There's already certain men and certain programs already in those schools. So certain things we could capitalize on what we already have. We just gotta kind of like fake reinvent the wheel in a certain type of way for these kids to get it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yo,
This
shout
is
out
the
to
show me
Tailor-Made
state.
for King of Brooklyn. That's what they doing. Man, Dude, China, all of them. That's what they doing out there.
We
On
need
the
a block
ground.
tour. That's what we need. We need to hit them projects. Every project in New York
Yeah, all
City.
that. Cypress, Pink Houses, all that. They got that whole area over there, Brooklyn. That side of Brooklyn.
And
Doing
again,
good work.
it's
And Moshe ain't far. Moshe is right there, too.
Your Moshe was just up here.
to Melody's point just now, there are organizations in place. We just have to all connect together and make it happen. We pick, hey, we going in this project, this area, and do
Exactly.
it. It's not that difficult because there's things in place.
Really
already.
not. That's where we from.
One block at a time, and the word community comes unity. And the guy that was speaking earlier about the Trinitarios, we need you for the Dominican Day Parade, because what happened this year was a disgust. So if we can connect on that and we could sit with the politicians, so next year you guys can be on your best behavior when you're representing your country. Hocus, is he still on this platform?
Yeah, it's black. He's on
You
it.
represent your country. I wasn't there. You feel me? I wasn't there.
I know you wasn't there, but I'm asking you, can we come to the table and have the Trinitarios act a little better next year?
I definitely could help with that 100%. You feel what I'm saying? I definitely could help with that 100% because I was there the year before that. I was there. I don't know if you remember me, but I was with Kai Sinai and them. I was doing security for them, and I had the Rolls Royce. I had a few cars out there because I'm in the rental game. And when I tell you I got a big influence on my young brothers, I really do. But I just feel like we got to come together as a team, everybody in this panel, and just hit the blocks and hit the schools and talk our shit. Because that's the only way they're going to listen. You feel what I'm saying?
But
If
do I
we
got
get
your
together-
word on that Dominican Day Parade next year?
That what?
Do I got your word on that Dominican Day Parade next year?
I mean, you got my word. I'm going to show you better than I could tell you. I didn't go this year because the car that I wanted, I couldn't get my hands on it. I wanted to go over. You feel me? I couldn't get my hands on it. So
Ain't no wrong going on foot, bro. We need real security. We need those cities to act a little bit better. They were a little too wild, and the politicians couldn't handle it. So we're gonna need your assistance on that next year.
Nah, I could definitely help with that. Like I said, 100%. I could definitely help with that. You know, I promise you, I can. I could guarantee that. You know.
I'm gonna hold you to your word though, because I want to sit with a couple of them to see what we can do for next year for better security, and there won't be too many shootings, so they won't cancel that parade. Because that's what's gonna end up happening if we don't have any structure.
So we got
I agree.
I got Crip Jesus on the stage from you can introduce yourself, let us know where you're from. He wanna bring a different perspective from it. So we'll hear what you got.
Peace to the panel. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring a different perspective, and it's all in respect. I don't got the rag on to say anything opposite. I really want to bring another perspective and let y'all know the internet is a dangerous place. You feel me? And all it takes is for one post and everybody's saying they saying this or they, you get what I'm saying? So I know since, salute to Hocus 4/5. Ever since I seen him drop his post saluting what he was doing, I've seen a lot of different stuff going. I've seen arguments. I've heard a lot of different things. So I just know, as far as boots on the ground, me being somebody that's not just in LA, but I'm active. I'm on Western. I'm on Crenshaw. I haven't heard nobody that's active speak against this. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the first thing I want to say is that I don't know what's being said on the internet or Adam 22 and all of that. You know what I mean? We don't need to feed into that. As far as these people who we talk on the phones with and who we have these ties with and who these lives we trying to save, I haven't heard no one say anything against it. So that's the first thing I want to say is that as far as when we speak coast is a big word. So coast includes, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, the Bay Area, Cali, San Diego. West Coast is with it. So I want to dispel that rumor or misunderstanding or whatever that is. Everybody's with saving these lives. Unfortunately, even when I came with the rag, it was to try to save lives. You know what I mean? My experience on the East wasn't what I hear in most of these internet panels or most of these hip hop songs, or even what I see in the comments a lot. I hear dudes say the West don't like the East or the East don't like the West. That wasn't my experience. When I went to the East Coast with this flag, I got embraced. I got to kick it in people's house who I know when it brought me into their house, unless I knew them for 10 or 20 years. You dig what I'm saying? So I saw that side of it. And I say that not to say to defend the flag. I say that to say I know the intention in the hearts of the brothers involved was always solid. Whether it was to try to be popular or fit in their hood or to defend themselves, or even if they was in prison and linked up with other brothers for consolidation. Unfortunately, when the crime comes in to the culture, that kills everything on
That's
both
right.
coasts. You feel me? And to also agree with you, my brother, people have a thing with names, news. So they hear Rico sexy, Rico goes back to the 70s, the mafia. But actually, if you do your homework, Rudy Giuliani himself, who, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Rudy Giuliani was the one that kind of helped put the Rico down in New York originally, right?
Yeah. Well, he was the one who like took the Rico and destroyed the mafia with it. But it was there already, but he the one who took it and then made it what it is, as big as it is now.
Okay, now a shameless plug. I got a book called The Blue Bible where I talk about in my last chapter how in the around 2000, I don't know if y'all remember when Game said, he said walking in rock. He said way before PNB Rock, rest in peace. He said trying to walk in Roscoe's Chicken with your chain hanging is like Rudy Giuliani trying to get rid of the gang bangers. Y'all remember that line?
No, I
Rudy
don't remember
Giuliani
that
came out here in 2000 and took the RICO and put it out here. It just wasn't called the RICO, brother. It was called gang injunctions.
Gang
and they was put up
enhancement
to
and
our
shit, right?
hoods, shutting whole neighborhoods down to where you couldn't even walk around. So this is smart for y'all, bro, because the next step is horrible. And it ain't that it can't be done. They did it already in LA. I had homies calling me because got locked up. When I did my stretch, I was 17 when I caught that case. So I was in prison talking to people. I'm 18, 19 on the phone with my peers. They talking about if we walk down the street and got some blue laces on, they come and swooping us up. If it's three of us, if we 3 deep, they come and swooping us up. You know what I mean? So people can't imagine how far this can go. And it's been done already in LA itself. That's why LA is so, quote unquote, gentrified. Or it's really because they use the gang stuff, like you're saying, to get rid of whole groups. And when you have a whole group, see, it doesn't matter if everybody's not doing the wrong. If everyone endorses the wrong, if a body is caught and it's for us, then we're going down. That's what the RICO is.
Absolutely.
So what you gotta understand is, okay, put it like this. When we transported this out, right? Let's say I go to Jersey and I say I had a good experience. Okay, that's fine. But we're talking about music now. We're talking about tagging generations of people. If all this stuff lines up and endorses this body or that body or this deal, that drug deal, this is the problem now. Because I could easily say, I've always said, coming from the West Coast perspective, the West Coast will say, well, it doesn't matter, you can still do positive and all that. But here's the thing with that. That may make sense if it's your neighborhood. People, I'm trying to say. I don't pull up in New York and say, yo, I'm from Soundview. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Like, I don't bang Brooklyn. Right. Y'all may bang a neighborhood that's out here. Y'all may say, I'm from Crenshaw. But you're affiliated with the homies from Crenshaw. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. If I'm from Brooklyn, I don't get down like that no more. But I'm still from Brooklyn, right? Right. That makes sense. So if I'm from the 40s and I don't do that anymore, but I'm still from the 40s, that makes a little difference than when you've consolidated yourself into something strictly for the consolidation of crime, of organization based on this. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, these organizations didn't just start spreading. They spread it for years. And they've left a reputation. They've left a pattern. You know what I mean? So because of that, I do what I do, brother, not because I want to be a 40-year-old gangbanger. I mean, I don't know if you ever came across my content, but that ain't what I push at all. You know what I mean? I'm for the 5% nation. I do what I do to prove that a lot of the stuff that's put on TV and the radio that they got our children out here worshiping from the West Coast ain't even true. You see, our own big homies that we talk to, maybe they get in trouble, once every few years or something, but it's taught to the youngin' like all day, every day. So it becomes a crime machine, a crime organization. And I would just want to say I salute you. And please don't let none of these rappers or podcasters take over your movement, bro. I ain't saying that in a bad way, but I just feel like it's a lot of New York people who have their own personal gripes with LA, and they're trying to take over your movement, brother. Flat out. I've had about 10 arguments since you came out with this about Biggie, about Tupac. People that ain't never gang bang a day in their life. It's about P&B Rock, about Biggie, about Tupac. People don't. Styles P, don't disrespect, love Styles, but these are all the people who have a personal issue just with the cultural side of it. Oh, I don't like LA. Oh, I don't like the fact that my cousin says cousin blood. We should have been getting that shit back to LA anyway. I don't like that type of language because I love the unity. I love it, bro. I love the unity. I was born 87. I never thought a million years I'd hop off a plane and see 20 dudes just embrace me. That's beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? And the dudes that talk against that, they don't understand what y'all doing anyway, because I guarantee what y'all are proposing doesn't cut ties. It doesn't mean the people we've known all these years, we don't know each other anymore.
Right, exactly.
We're not going to face off time no more, bro.
No, thank you for saying that. You saying the fucking truth. Like everything. Hey, I'm gonna let you keep cooking because you cooking right now.
Yeah, let him cook. Let him cook, Hogan.
No, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this moment for years, dog. Because it's like we run into each other on the streets. It's all real, but we all got our different personalities and different pods we in on the internet. So I've been waiting to just. Why I've been waiting for this? Because
I be doing, you know, I be on my teaching shit. So I might be doing a live teaching about my book or whatever. I'm talking about history, Egypt, shit like that, right? So just based off the name, they come in, oh yeah, you LA niggas killed the homie. I'd be like, brother, what are you talking about? Tupac and them, that was 96, 97. You be rocking them, that was 20 years later. Why are you doing this? You had a whole coast, Vegas, all of that. And you know what that is? That's gang mentality. That's state banging. So whether it's spiritual banging, state to state banging, we end in the banging. You dig what I'm saying? And if you think about it, bro, I'm pretty sure you know this whole. When you talk to most Cali G's, they say that anyway. Oh, I don't bang. I'm a gang member, right? They always say that.
Right.
So it's like we've been trying to fight this for years. That's what Nipsey was on. And then look what happened. And this is why what you're doing is important, because as much as I would even argue, just being from Cali and being Crip Jesus himself, this is one thing I got to always admit. Nip is the perfect example of why it's a limit to it. It's a glass ceiling, bro, because as far as he went, what was the true mistake he made? Let's be real. We could talk all day about he shouldn't have been in the hood. He should have been. That's not the truth. The truth is, it's that element. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, it's that element, guy. Like. He been on that block a million times. He been going there since a kid. You get what I'm saying?
You don't think it was voicing his opinion too much?
No, hell no. That's not what that was about.
No,
That was,
I would personally think that, bro, when you start to break down a structure that has been established, has been misused, and has been I can't even think of the word that I'm looking for right now. But bro, so many people use the term gang member, big homie to manipulate. Bro, respectfully, a lot of niggas don't stand on shit. Don't stand on no beliefs, no morals and principles, don't have nothing. They ain't nothing without it, bro. So they use it as a form of manipulation. And when you see someone like Hocus and like Nip that's waking people up and giving you a different avenue to what I did, and I'm an active person, hey bro, a lot of niggas ain't trying to see that, bro, because you're stripping their power. Because now when a younger bro would have just took an order and did it, now he's gonna question your motives. Make sense?
Yeah, but this is my thing. This is where I don't agree, because that's a frustration you're expressing, and it's a lot of people involved in this. Hocus ain't the only person like him. There's people who will look at me and say, "Man, it was a dude just in the comments talking bad about me. Oh, this dude with the rag. Now I come up here. Oh, they love me, right?" So I get what you're saying.
Blasphemy, Crip Jesus, blasphemy, right?
Right, yeah, right. So I get what you're saying, but I look at it more like it's levels to it. Yeah, there are dudes who ain't shit and all that, but there's dudes that are though, bro. You know what I mean? And I refuse to, just because I go through some shit in this game world, to throw all the good ones out. Like, it's a lot of people, bro, who are even in this for good reasons. I got homies who just grew up in the hood. They community activists. They just from the hood because at 16 they fought with the friends, and you know what I mean?
No,
but they
brother,
do
I agree with you. I agree with you, because at the same token, I'm still an active member as well. So I agree with you, bro. There are a abundance of good people. We got two of them sitting in here right now, three of them. If Trust is still here, it's a few of them that's in here right now. So I'm not disregarding the good ones, but we cannot continue to focus on the exceptions and the unicorn and not focus on the majority. The majority is what we focus on. Yes, they're all good, but when you look around and step into these cities, bro, most of these people that have the influence are not doing the positive things and the correct things that they're supposed to do with the influence, bro. And that's just the actual truth.
I will say this. I mean, I'm not so much disagreeing with you. I've just got a different perspective. My whole family toe up. My brother a pimp. My mama smoked crack. So I kind of get what you're saying, but from where I'm from, bro, unfortunately, niggas don't want to hear it. But the gang shit is like the best shit. Like if we going into jail and you might get raped. I'm glad I got a homie to save me. That's just the reality I come from, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So in my reality, the homies get me in the studio. The homies give me, like, that's just all I got. But that's my reality. Why this doesn't need to be for the youth and all of that. What he's doing is important, because unfortunately, even when we get rid of this, it's always going to be stuff. See, I'm not one of them dudes who really, I don't get caught up with the New York, LA gang thing. I don't really believe that y'all city got worse because of us. I don't. New York was the toughest city in the goddamn world for a long time. I don't think because dudes start saying cousin blood, it got worse. So I don't actually, I kind of agree, but I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think that things have a limit to them. I think
let me ask you this, Black Jesus, right? Let me ask you this. How about the people, right? And let's say whatever you rep, Crip, right? Let's say the Crips, right?
Yeah.
And they end up they no good. The Bloods would say they're dub. Wouldn't it start with them first? Shouldn't we get them out the gangsters, they're dub, and let's see if they live a productive life after that, knowing that their life is already about to go to shambles because the whole gang is after them. And then right there, build a formation to get motherfuckers out. Because I'm not gonna go up to a dude that's gangbanging and say, yo, I don't think you should be banging no more, gang. I don't think you should do that. That's not true. I would just show them how I'm moving and then tell them, yo, you can't be gang banging forever. You know when you hit your 30s, 40s, you can't do that forever, gang. You heard? I
Yeah.
would do it in that way because I can't just go up to people. They're gonna look at us like we crazy, man. They don't
I
want to
think
hear it's like
that's why the
somebody that
challenge
smokes
is so
cigarettes.
important.
It's like somebody that smokes cigarettes, like, yo, stop smoking cigarettes, man. That takes time. It's not just the overnight thing, man. It takes time.
And trust, I think that's why the challenge is so important because you're not telling them. You're saying, I challenge you to. If this is what you want to do,
you know what it is? I need help, Hocus, but I don't know how to be positive, gang. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been negative my whole life, but I'm just trying to start this new thing. You heard, Rip? I'm trying to start this new thing, and I address Bloods as homie. Yo, what's popping, homie? Yo, what's cracking, Rip? I know how to mingle. I'm a people person. I got the gift of gab, but at the same time, I just left the game. My mind state is still like, yo, I'm support gang still. I feel like I learned a lot being a gang member, bro. I did. I learned how to be a man. I didn't have this guidance that they gave me. They gave me rules and morals and
So,
principalities. The thing is, it's just not meant for me no more. Me personally.
I'm gonna say this
Okay,
to give you a real short answer, and I'm gonna be quick. I think that, and this is my personal opinion. Probably a lot of people might not agree with me on this. I think New York is very turned up, and I think this is just the beginning. I think y'all got way more problems than Blood and Crip. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I think this is just one extra problem that don't need to be there. It just because look, bro. I'm from 40s, right? When I was in New York and New Jersey and Albany and Poughkeepsie and Troy, I was getting around. I was doing my thing. The homies was beefing with each other.
Yeah,
talking about this project, keeping that project. So y'all still got y'all own New York beef. This is a whole y'all try to paint this picture like y'all. I don't know what y'all saying on it that we positive and did the Crip and Blood turn this out. Hell no. Y'all got y'all own beefs going on, bro. When I was in Jersey, my own homies was beefing with each other over the different projects and blocks they was from, bro. They was getting along with hoods that we beef with in LA, going against other dudes. So I just think the streets are the streets, bro. And this is just good to start.
No, Crip Jesus. We gotta start with changing mindset, bro. Everything is steps to it, right? So even my brother Truth, right? Truth is being vulnerable right now, and he's telling his situation. Yo, I've done this, I've learned so much, I've gained so much from this that, bro, I feel like sometimes I don't know how to do this. What I'm gonna tell the brother is that you have to stop telling yourself that because at this moment you're actively doing
I ain't
something
gonna
positive.
lie, gang. Not to cut you off. I'm on super demon. Look, I walk every day, bro.
Nah, but look. You on camera. You on camera.
Forget camera. It's a knife, gang. I walk all the time with it. It's shorter than 4 fingers. But why I gotta move like that?
But
it's
brother,
not just, yo, drop your flag, homie. Niggas is on this platform just chatting. We talking, which is cool. We talking positivity. But the real is, gang, I walk every day. I'm on timing. I'm on timing until I know I'm good. It starts with us. It starts with us right now. Everybody here that just dropped their flag. We need the help, nigga.
Listen, brother, I understand what you're saying. All I'm doing right now is I'm speaking life into you. And I'm telling you that you're doing something positive actively. When you're saying that I don't know how to do anything positive, you're doing it. That's what I'm saying. And I'm speaking life into you. And what I'm saying is that where you are saying you want to see the change, sometimes you're not going to see it. You have to become it. You understand?
Nah,
so it starts with you.
100%, bro. I respect you for that.
So with that, what I'm saying is boom. If I'm the type of nigga in the South where everybody got firearms, right? If I want to change the energy and what the universe is bringing to me, and I want to set an example, you know what? Maybe I should start going outside without my fire. Now, yes, I'm taking a risk, right? But if I'm gonna say I have faith in a higher power, if I'm saying that I'm standing on what I believe in, then that means that I'm gonna move with that action. And that's just what it's gonna be.
Jesus
And no
Christ had a
weapon
man.
formed
Jesus Christ
against
had
me
a
shall
man walking
prosper,
with a
bro.
sword with him, bro. Jesus Christ had a man with a sword with him at all times. Even though he told him not to do that, he still had a man with protection.
Hold on, let me say this real quick.
But trust, you
said
just
it, and I've been
represented a
saying
lot
this
of
for
our
a second,
youth
right?
and their realities. I'm sorry, Hope. Trust, you just represented a lot of the youth and their realities, right? That is real, what you just said. And once you identify that, then you have an obligation and to see, how do I change this? Why do I have to be on time? And why do I have to be on these places where I have to be on time? And what's getting in the way for me Like a lot of them have to get mediations to get to a point where it's a common goal. Like, look, we not going after you, you're not going after me, and that starts it. What the brother is saying, and I seen it from the beginning of this call, it's so much positivity flowing through you, bro. Even that transparency is positive, right? Because that's saying, look, this is what I'm dealing with. How do I handle this? Where do I go from there?
Look, look, if you think about it, like that's why I haven't given Truth a straight answer, because I'm basically in the boat with him. Because even though I'm saying all of this, I'm still, Crip Jesus. But this is my thing though. I'm a learner of life. I'm a student of life, and what I've observed in life.
My name is Trust, like in God we trust. I'm sorry, yo. I didn't mean to
part self, my lord. No,
you got, bro. I fuck with you, bro. You got special.
In my life, the lesson I got is that everyone has their different position. You get what I'm saying? Some homies are doing life, and they gonna be the teachers in there, and they might have to be the down homie in prison for the dudes in prison to listen to them. Like, oh, he the one that caught 10 bodies. I'm gonna listen to everything he say. That's the Christian preacher that caught 10 bodies. I'm following him. We may look at it as weird, like, damn, man, why you only following the homie with 10 bodies? Y'all need to get y'all. And we may work to change that. But at that time, Allah the best planner. That's what's going on at that time. So for me, when I started this whole thing, I wasn't on what I'm on now. I didn't have 2 books. I didn't have, all that, but I had that same mentality. I was already in Detroit. I was already with the guys and with the homies. So it's Crip Jesus. That's where I was at that time. I was in the spot with the work chopper, but teaching. The thing is, what happens is once you get a little further in your journey, and then you want to hide it. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, okay, like for example, Hocus. Hocus could have just been like, man, this is for me. I don't gotta promote this to everybody. He could have put it when he put it out there and got some pushback. He could have been, okay, I did what I need to do. I put it out there. I got a little pushback. Let me go on with it. You get what I'm saying? That so if he was to turn around and say, well, you know what? The homie still mess with me. I ain't gotta really drop it like that. No, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody got they different. You know what I'm saying? Trust, like
so you know what happened?
I gotta still be out there.
Hocus opened the floodgates, right? But now I feel like Solomon. God asked Solomon, "What do you want?" Solomon said, I want help to lead the peoples. I want to know how to lead the peoples. And God was so pleased with his answer that God gave him knowledge upon knowledge and said, I will give you, you're going to get riches, and I will give you a long life if you do not worship false idols. So I left the game for that. Now I'm asking God for guidance to help guide the people, because now Hocus gave me a platform, gang. Whether I like it or not, and I have to lead a positive role, because I don't want to spit in Hocus' face, nor do I want to spit in my people's face neither. Because the gangs are my peoples that are stuck, that was eating Chinese food with me, that was hungry, that their mothers was crackheaded, fucked up. I love them. I can't just do them dirty and say fuck them. Nah, but at the same time, I want to know how to. Hold on, brother. No. Hold on, brother, please. I want to know how to lead. I need help from the peers that are on this panel, even if you're Crip, even if you're facing the Rico, or you're older man, Mr. Kwame. We all need to get together to help each other out so we can help others.
Respectfully, Trust. The best way to learn how to be a better leader is to be a follower.
I'm ready to follow. I'm ready to follow the guys who are leading.
But what I'm showing you is how the universe moves.
Now I'm my own leader. I've been a leader. Even when I turned big homie before that. I'm a man before anything.
I'm responding directly to what you just said. We're not even speaking about the gang shit no more. You was just speaking spiritually. You feel me?
Right,
spiritually speaking, that you got to understand, bro, the Most High works in mysterious ways, bro. You can ask, and the way that you're going to receive is not going to be in the way that you requested, or not in the time frame that you requested. You right? You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you may have fell on your knees and said, Lord, I want to change. I want to be the change in this world. So I need you to guide me. And you know how he guides you? He puts you with like-minded chosen ones that will help build you, help change your mindset, and help show you that way. And through that, right, being a follower in this aspect, when you go back to your block, you're now a chief. The best chiefs were better Indians. Get what I'm saying? I'm only 28, bro. But my whole life, I've always been around big bros like y'all. So a lot of the shit that y'all sat down and took the time to teach me, bro, that was a God's blessing. Because a lot of times, y'all not even wasting y'all time to talk to us. But when y'all speak, I listen. So now at 28, bro, I've built some type of wisdom where now I understand y'all. And this is where we bridge the gap. And this is why I've been with Hope for the last 5 years. Because I get where y'all coming from, and I get where the other generation is coming from. And I can kind of help bridge the gap a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Hey, Hocus, can I ask you a question I've been waiting to ask one of y'all all my life. Well, not all my life, but ever since I looked on the internet and saw niggas in other states banging, I'm like, okay, I fuck with. I always liked it, me personally. I looked at it like spreading, but you know, dudes. So this is what I always wanted to ask, and I bet you get where I'm going. Look, check this out. This is why we got to understand. We got to dispel this myth of West don't like East and East don't like West. First of all, if I came to Brooklyn, and I've been there, I know there ain't no punks out there. I said, yo, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Flatbush. They'd be like, word? Nah, hell no. You don't even got the accent. You sound like an LA nigga. No, word, I'm from Flatbush. No. Whoopty whoop put me down. I don't think it go smooth like that. So we got to understand to say that LA don't like the East Coast is a myth, because you get what I'm trying to go with this. Like, the gangs wouldn't even existed if it was like that. Well, it's always been a mission to bring everybody together. It just went wrong because with this hip hop and the crime and all that. Right. I just had to say, man, don't let these people. I've seen a lot of people trying to take this movement, bro, and use the momentum to pump up this whole East Coast, West Coast. It's disgusting. Yeah.
I don't want to say no names because let me tell you, right? Let me answer you. I don't want to say no names because I don't want to feed them, and that's what I've been telling my people behind the scenes, because we see the videos and all that. I'm like, yo, that is not the consensus. Though what they saying right there, the entire LA don't feel like that. I was just on the phone with
even the majority, not even a quarter, bro.
Let me tell you this, right? I was on the phone yesterday and he want me to tell this story, right? OG Loco, P Loco, right? Yeah. He took Crenshaw Mafia out to Denver. Now they was the first brothers. I thought it was us, right? As far as Sex Money Murder. They was the first brothers, like, really, that got hit with the mob in 96. I mean, hit like the mob in 96 with the Rico. He was like, yo, Hope, you everything you saying, you dead right. They don't know what they
not to cut you off. That's for the comments down there. Thought I was capping. Come on, Hocus. Hit him with the facts. Hit him with the history.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right. I got the news articles and everything. I'm about to do the story on it and show, so I can show the world. He just don't want to show his face, but he's like, Hope, you could tell him I told you this. But he's from Crenshaw Mafia. He's like, yo, they hit us with the Rico. They started something called the Coca Act. It was something in Colorado, but they hit them first, right? And they did exactly. It's brothers right now that's still in jail for that 96 case. They did exactly what they did to me. Brothers ain't have nothing to do with nothing. They're part of the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods. They're part of it. This nigga went rob the bank. They put it.
You got to be careful because they, like I'm telling you, they came to LA, bro, and they didn't even call it Rico. They called it gang injunction.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah,
they will remake it for you. You got to be careful.
But this is why I'm saying, like I'm getting the support I'm getting. I'm trying to tell you, Trust. I'm not saying that's the only solution, but I'm telling you, it's us against the Rico. These, because niggas is forgetting who the real enemy is. It ain't us against us. It ain't us.
It's dumb.
These motherfuckers. Yes. So I'm saying it's us against the Rico. I'm saying it. I'm saying something without saying it too much, where it seems crazy, right? But I'm just like, yo, just let's look at what Hocus is saying here, and that's why it gained the attention that it got, because motherfuckers agree. Like, yo, bro, it's time, bro. Like, we got to put this shit down, because we ain't gonna never stop crimes from happening, right? We not, but we can build something that's not based around criminality. So they can't say I'm over here, right, minding my business, chilling. We both a part of the rabbit hole, right? The rabbit hole is not built upon criminality, so they could never. Saint could do whatever he want to do in life. Saint's a part of the rabbit hole, but they can't say Hocus get indicted too because he's the leader of the rabbit hole. He's not doing what he's, the rabbit hole it never got a Rico. It's not established as a fucking game. So do you understand why I'm saying we need something new, a foundation that's not built around criminality? And if we stay in these games, even if the motherfuckers who feel like they can fix it inside, hey, look, I'm still with you, but help us build this. If you feel like you can, just understand that it's a possibility that you might get hit with a Rico.
Yeah. Hey, look, check this out too, man.
Hoke, I gotta go, brother. All y'all's been a blessing.
God bless you, man. God bless you, man.
Bless you, Trust everyone. Big Saint.
Okay, look.
Blessings. God bless, man.
Hey, man, look. Peace to the minister, man. Listen, man. Look, man. They still spreading this lie, right? Here's the cold part. I'm a since everybody love hip hop quotes, right? That's what most of my arguments be. Bro, I remember I was a kid, like 12, 13, when Jim Jones came to LA. I didn't hear nobody in the street saying, Jim Jones, oh, that nigga ain't from. Bro, he shot the video right in Compton. with the power rules, it's all. They didn't say come get socked out of nothing. What I'm trying to say is not. I'm not trying to go back and forth schizophrenic.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, gang. We love y'all niggas, man. We fuck with Snoop, man. Yeah, we really
no,
do.
but no, I'm just saying because I see people in the comments. I know
really set the way for that, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I'm just saying, man. I'm telling you, gang. This is probably my 5th thing on this topic, right? And then everyone else been like, I had ones where dudes were screaming and yelling. And I'm like, bro, where is this coming from? I've been hearing it for years, but I didn't know it was this deep. Oh, y'all get all these. I'm like, no, bro. Even what he's doing, here's the cold part. I'm gonna even take it this far. I
promise you, even the young kids don't care about that. What I want to say,
I did a panel with all LA dudes.
Listen, I want to say, yo, Hocus, man, my bad, gang. I want to apologize to Hocus, though. I want to say, because he opened my eyes to that. Because now we start this positive movement, drop your flag movement. The Rico could come in, try to play niggas, act like we got big homies and bored now, letting niggas drop their flag. Let's get these niggas indicted in the Rico, these big homies that's helping to drop your flag movement, so that way we can try to shut that shit down, because they can't shut this down. So I see where you coming from, Hocus, man, with that whole Rico shit. It is a big problem. It is a very big problem, because what that nigga does,
it is the problem. It is the problem, bro.
Look, Crip Jesus said, say it again, bro.
It is the problem, because what you gotta understand is, bro, what he said. Listen, I'm gonna even go back. Let's take it further than just black. When they first came to LA with that, they first hit the 18th Street gang. And you know that's one of the biggest gangs in America, period. They actually sued them. They had a lawyer. I should have came with my facts ready, but I'm gonna look it up. They had a lawyer that beat it, bro. The injunction, right? But not the black gangs. They've been whooping us with that shit for the last 20 years. It's just I just dudes don't talk about it because it ain't the sexy word Rico. They say injunction, but it's the same language though. Trust. It's did it in the what's the word they use in the embetterment or the furtherment of the organization and all that gang. Like the gang, I don't even like saying gang or none of that. Like I don't like.
Gang is the ammunition. Do you understand? Trust. The gang is the ammunition for them to do it. They're able to do it as long as we stay. They're able to do it. It's like, nah, like I don't care, man. Like I don't care if they're forever gonna have me labeled as sex, money, murder forever. But I don't.
I'm gonna say this too, though. I'm gonna say this too, not to cut your wisdom, but
you good, bro. Yeah.
These gangs been here for a long time. Let's be real, right? They really tripping more now too, because now with the internet and the hip hop, could think about when we was growing up, dudes was from gangs that rap, but they wouldn't say it. Even dudes in New York. You know what I'm saying? They kind of drop it here and there, but now they went so far with all the social media and the podcasts and all that, it's kind of like damn near embarrassing to these cities, bro. We got to be honest, bro. Like dudes be chipping shit, go right online, and they got people visiting the city from other places looking crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's getting to the point now where we shooting ourselves in the foot because we promoting crime. We gotta call it what it is. Like I be telling the homies all the time, like, bro, you can't do all that, homie. Like you just that's doing too much, but they don't listen. And it's like that when you listen, bro, if you online saying we do this, who's we? Us, these 3 letters. Oh, okay. All y'all do that in the name of them 3 letters? Hell yeah. That's what we do, man. Bring the camera right here. I'm gonna show you. You get what I'm saying? Like it's getting to the point now where it's literally wake up and crash out. And look, that's the word they use now. Let's go crash out.
Let me ask you something. You gonna be Crip forever? You gonna stay Crip forever?
I mean, but I'm Crip forever just because of me, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, for example, I've been pushing Crip Jesus since 2020. It's 2025. You can't find no one little Crip Jesus, baby Crip Jesus. It ain't nobody got put on.
You turned Crip in 2020?
Wait a minute, my man Brown Skin Jesus in the rabbit hole.
I'm saying Crip Jesus the movie. My name from my hood ain't Crip Jesus. That's a rap. That's a movie.
Oh, so that's just your platform. All right.
Yeah. So I'm saying
I know somebody named Brown Skin Jesus. That's a Crip. It's not Crip Jesus.
So, look, that been going since 2020, right? What I'm saying, in that 5 years of that campaign across the country, ain't nobody under me.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
You dig what I'm saying? So it was never about that. It was more about me coming, saying, okay, when I come to your hood as the big homie in Milwaukee or whatever, I'm coming telling you the real. I'm hitting you with the science. I'm hitting you with the knowledge. You think I'm finna hit you with this bullshit? You get what I'm saying? And it's like it shows you that, oh, so when you go to the hood, everybody ain't sitting there doing crime all day. I'm from Leimert Park, even though we in the 40s, nigga. Leimert Park is the knowledge center in LA. That's where the Africans play drums and niggas sell books outside all day and shit. You know what I'm saying? But right around the corner from Nipsey.
I'm saying your Crips hold you down and all that though. You get locked up right now. You getting bailed out, all that good shit. They got your back 1,000.
I mean, but look at it like this though, bro. If a Crip bails me out, for example, you gotta look at where I'm from. I'm born and raised in LA. So
you from the heart of that. You from where?
Look what I'm saying. My enlightener in the 5% Nation is a Crip. So if he bailed me out, it's technically a Crip. But you get what I'm saying? It's like this. You get what I'm saying? I'm with you, bro. My homies as a whole, they don't even like what I be pushing as a whole. But
this
me
is what
being
I'm saying.
from where I'm from, my uncle's Crip, my cousin's Crip, my girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? So that's just because of where I'm from. But the point is, are we over here saying let's recruit more Crips? Let's put more people on? No, we with Hocus. Even the Crips, the ones born in it, we with Hocus saying we need to stop
so
this.
Somebody came up to you right now, and somebody came up to you right now, he was official, and he said, I want to be Crip. You gonna turn him Crip?
No, I've had that happen a million times. When I'm in New York, bro, that's all they say. Bring me home, bring me home, bring me home, bro, bring me home.
That's right. I feel like to those who support this movement that are still banging shouldn't even recruit no more. Because it's like, what are you
the recruiting got to end, man. That
got to end.
Because what we doing is recruiting. We recruiting and we just recycling them back.
Let's be real, bro.
You might as well make they bed up in prison as soon as you recruit.
Hey, trust.
It's like
trust. Let's
might
be
just
real,
get hit
right?
with the Rico.
But trust, let's be real. You saying the real. What is really recruiting? We're gonna call it recruiting, but do I really feel like taking a 15, 16-year-old and teaching them how to do a bunch of crime? Teach them how to turn a bunch of people out. Nah.
I ain't get to raise my kids. I want to see other brothers get to raise their kids because prison was in the way. I was gang banging. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got S1. I got my brother S1. He just pulled up. We up here building as we was up here for 2
Big
hours.
bro, what's popping? S1, what's the word?
What's shaking, y'all? What's going on, man? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we talking about the topic. You know the topic.
Yeah, I see the topic. I just listening.
So let me ask you a question, right? Pardon me, S1.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question, Crip and Trust. Let me ask you a question. Because as someone that's in it and can internally make a change, right? Or start the conversation to make a change, right? When y'all speaking on this recruiting shit, like bro just said, if I'm bringing people home or I'm recruiting little bros to go outside and crash the fuck out, hey, listen, I'm 1,000% with y'all. But what about, like bro was just saying,
that's Big Sage.
Yeah, it's safe. What about them men that are grabbing these kids that don't have fathers, don't have opportunities, don't have no place to go, and really showing them something, making sure they go to school, supporting their extracurricular activities, making sure that they're fed, making sure they got clothes. What about those bros? Because
in the gang,
in
the gang, you saying?
They need to do that and not bring them in the gang, though, bro. They need to do that.
No, hold on.
That's why we need
No, I get what you're saying, Hope. I get what you're saying. I'm just asking.
Wait. I'm hella curious.
That are doing it.
As a
if
dude
they
from LA,
push back and say, "Well, I'm helping these kids," what's going to be the answer to that? Is what I'm
saying. Can I ask you a question? Are you saying there's dudes out there that recruit them and do that and don't teach them to do no crime? They say, "Hey, young Crip,
I wouldn't say that because I'd be a liar.
But I don't want you to sell no weed. I don't want you to bust no gun. I want you. That's what you're saying?
I'd be a liar to say that.
Yeah, so you know what we talking about, bro. I don't give a fuck about you giving me some clothes and a place to sleep. You're gonna teach me to shoot niggas and sell drugs. Pimping. That's pimping. I'm gonna find me a hoe. I got to go. Even the game.
Why would I teach you to go to jail though? Why would I teach you to sell drugs and shoot? Why I want to teach you?
That's a good point.
You heard Crip Jesus?
I don't get that. Why would I want to do that?
Yo, Crip Jesus.
Yeah.
I did that recently. One of my young boys asked me to join. I told him, "Now we're not doing that. How about we roll up and sign up for school?" And I put the little nigga in a GD program. You know what I'm saying?
That's positive. That's good. Shit like that.
I'm active. What I'm saying?
No. Hold on. I got that. I'm saying we're not talking about individuals, right? Because I could say what I individually did. I'm Crip Jesus. I'm teaching people how to book. I'm saying the gang. My gang does not recruit people in. I don't give a damn if we send them to school, buy them clothes, treat them nice.
Gang not doing none of that.
Unless you're doing some crime. Come on now.
So look, yeah, you can't.
I'm up here looking. We doing the Drop Your Rag Challenge, New York, live in effect. Crip Jesus here with a rag on, with the flag on. I'm saying we with y'all. We are with y'all. Even the ones that got that stuck with the flag on.
Crip Jesus, can I ask you something? If you got influence over there, right? What I will ask is, can you bring to the table to your side, to the west side, and ask them to be more on the front lines with us? Because it sounds good, when we have certain notable people like you that get up here and say, yo, we standing with y'all on the East Coast, but then when you got these, you know, people that get on this here internet and spit on their phone and talk all that frivolous, stupid shit, we don't see nobody defending it how we're defending it. So at the same time, it's like, okay, you saying you standing with us, but in the face of adversity, y'all don't stand with us. Y'all stand with y'all coast. So
You
if we're
saying
gonna say that
y'all?
we're moving
Wait.
and we're pushing,
Okay, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
if we're gonna say that we're standing together and we're pushing as a whole to build a better community, then we have to start standing back to back and side by side, bro. And we have to not give a fuck about the pushback, but start standing for what's right and what we really believe in. So when I see someone on the East Coast bugging the fuck out and y'all doing something positive over there, we gonna check him. Whether it's public, whether it's behind the scenes, we're gonna make sure that you shut your fucking mouth because this is helping kids. And that's what I
Okay,
would ask of
no,
you.
look, I feel you, but respectfully, that's the real reason I really came. Because besides that, I would have just shut up and mind my business.
Nah,
It's
we
no way.
respect your support. Let me ask
No,
you
but
something,
look,
Black
no,
Jesus. If you was
what
to
he's
go to
saying,
church,
what he's saying is very serious. I can't give you that promise, gang, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's how Pac and Biggie got killed. We got to be smart enough to just not fall for it. Me personally, I feel like Hocus Trust. You know, I don't mean this is my first time, but they seem like the type of brothers I can get on the phone with them. They really know people. They really know what's going on in the streets. So that's why the first thing I said when I came up here, before I speak any of this knowledge or history, I said, everybody on the coast stand with y'all. Let's name them now. Let's name the videos. You got Adam 22, and you had a couple dudes that deal with no jumper. Say, hey, talk to him yourself. There's nobody on the coast, or there's no coast, or there's no alliance, or there's no group of gangs, or there's no 5 dudes standing together. No, everybody I talk to, I've even had dudes argue with me where I put it out there. How you feel about this? You know, why they say this and that about LA? They like, nah, whatever. They need to save the baby. Stop that shit. I'm cool on that shit too. You know, I'm from where I'm from. But like I said, and even on that video, I don't know if you see when they made a response to it, like they said out here, because the gang is the neighborhood. So, like I said, the only way I can explain to y'all, like how G-Body explained to me when I started going to New York, it's like how y'all bang y'all barrels, bro. I've seen the cleanest dude with a suit on at Wall Street. Don't get it twisted, though. I'm from Brooklyn. That's just like us saying, don't get it twisted. I'm from Vernon Avenue. I'm from the Follies. That's the same thing to me, guy. It don't sound different to me. Now, I get it. Once you leave out, it's like an organization. It's just like GD or Vice Lord to me on the West Coast. That's an organization to me. That's not a neighborhood. Blackstone Drive or Road, I've never been there in Chicago. I know Blackstone in LA is a whole different thing. So I get the difference. You feel what I'm saying? But as far as to give you a shorter answer, the people who's actually on these blocks on the West Coast, I haven't seen none of them make a video or say anything out. And if they have, I guess I missed it because I ain't seen it. The most I saw.
I don't want to emphasize on it. And you know what? Now that I got your Instagram, I'm gonna send it to you so you can watch it. But it's just I sent it to my people first. Say, yo, don't respond to that because we're gonna get the message. It's gonna get lost. It's gonna.
I did see Adam 22 video.
Well, no, it's on. I don't want to say who page it's on because I don't want people to go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you right now. Matter of fact,
give me directly. Yeah, but I'm just saying what I'm trying to say is, bro. When you look at what happened in the 90s, how they got real like damn near the whole coast is to go against each other with a couple magazines. I can't say that, we're going to be able to track down everybody and check them all because to be real, let's be all the way real. We got everybody preying on LA right now. Most of the news you hear about LA gangs ain't even from the gang members. It's from people that call themselves podcast reporters. We got real people from Milwaukee, Africa. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, ain't Poetic Flacco from Africa? So we got dudes from all over the world.
That's the nigga.
Lord Ross is from London. I'm not even trying to be funny. We got dudes from Europe, Africa, and other parts of the country in LA, all reporting saying this is what LA feels and thinks. You know what I mean?
But bro, Crip Jesus, that's my point to you right there. You just made my point. How the fuck does an African nigga that ain't even from America, ain't grew up in the trenches with us, ain't put in none of this shit or lost what we've lost, how the fuck does he get the audacity to sit behind a white man or sit beside a white man and speak on our fucking politics? That's a moment that the West Coast should stand up and tell him, shut the fuck up. Because you know what? Your kids ain't out here dying. Your little brothers, your nieces, your little cousins ain't out here dying. So while y'all are sitting here making a mockery out of real niggas taking real law.
Yeah, I mean, them same losses being took out here too. I'm saying we can't get so fired up that you take a tone like that, then you say, and y'all niggas is bitches if you don't talk to them, and then we respond, and that's where it goes after that. We gotta focus on what we got going. That because I feel like that's gonna always exist. If you look back to the time of the Black Panthers and the U.S. United Slaves in L.A., that's how they got them divided, sending fake letters to each other. The Black Panthers and the Stones. When you look at Judas and the Messiah, them movies ain't fake. Like that been going. That's the CIA, bro. We the hottest thing on American soil. They're gonna keep doing that. You know what I mean? If it ain't at 22, it's gonna be somebody look just like us. It's gonna be one of the homies they pay to come out.
Well, G, let me say this real quick because it was some of the brothers out there, and I don't care because whatever it is, what it is, right? I just text you the video, watch it. They was like, "Hey, yo, we don't even like." It said something like they don't really rock with Adam like that. But however, this the West Coast. They came with that energy. This the West, and he the West, and ain't nobody he's gonna tell whatever. They came with that energy, and you can watch the video. You don't gotta watch it right now. I don't care for it.
I can speak on it. I'm from that. Listen, this was so cold. I'm from that direct hood of the dude. That's he was responding to Styles P. That's what I'm saying. The media, Styles P. I didn't make that response, but I did agree with the homie because Styles P. worded like this. He said, "If y'all don't check Adam, y'all bitches." Right. So this means everybody that's around him that you know, like they say, if you throw a stone out, the dog get hit. Like, so everybody's around him like, well, what you mean by that? You get what I'm saying? So then they respond. But then like I looked at it, I said, well, damn, is Styles P like on the panel or something? Like we gotta not let the media get like, okay, because Styles P the type of person, he gonna go back to the 90s, be like, I don't want to hear dudes out here saying blood and cuz anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, Chris Jesus, I would tell you that thought process is off. Because number one, Styles P, Jadakiss, bro, there's certain OGs over here that ain't necessarily ever picked up a flag, but they are very, very present in their communities. Probably more present than half the niggas that we talking about,
he
right?
Don't like the idea of y'all saying blood and cuz anyway. So this is why he.
But what I'm saying is, Styles P is an OG on the East Coast, and for him to speak up, he's speaking up. He's speaking up as an OG who is very prevalent. He's not in the game. He's never been in the game, but he's very prevalent in communities and very. So he's speaking because he sees a positive movement and he sees people trying to throw a damper in it. But is that we have to start type of accountability, because do you see these bros up here? These are real bros that I know in real life. You understand? And I know for sure if I was acting out of pocket, Hulk is gonna check me. S1 gonna check me. These people are going to check me. Why? Because they're gonna hold me accountable, because I'm a representation of everyone that paved the way for me to do what I'm doing. You understand? So when I'm standing side by side with these big bros, the stupid shit I do on my own is a reflection of them. So when you're standing beside or you're standing there and you're watching someone on your coast disrespect a positive movement, what do you expect us to say on this side? Are you going to check it? And if not, we have a problem with that. Don't tell me you standing with me and you're not going to check the problem.
Hold on. Not only is S1 talking, not only is he not from where we from, he's a white dude. And we take it as that's a mockery of
what happened? Where Big Bro go?
That's one talking. I'm saying, go ahead.
Yeah, he right there. Though. I just want to say something real quick. Adam 22, he's not from our community. So when Styles P saying that, they'll check this goofy or whatever the case may be, that's just anger. But the whole bottom line is, he don't have our same issues. He not from our communities. I don't care how much people he putting on his platform. He don't gotta. This skin color right here, he don't have that. You heard? He don't have our struggles, so he shouldn't be playing with something that's so serious. And that's what Styles P was trying to, get across as far as he's telling y'all out there, y'all should check him or whatever the case may be. Because in New York, we would have definitely checked him. He wouldn't even said that shit. You heard? Respectfully, because we don't got him feeling comfortable like he one of us. Because he's not one of us.
Look, I love Styles P. Grew up listening to him. I love my homie Runner. I'm saying, to let it turn into us going back and forth and kick and stop the momentum of something that behind closed doors and in front of closed doors we all agree on, 2 or 3 people. I'm not saying this how I feel F Styles P. I'm saying if I give you my analysis, being from LA, when he says y'all bitches, he's not saying what y'all just said. Oh, check him or we got a problem. He's saying y'all bitches. He's already, once he says y'all bitches.
He's not talking about you though. He's talking about y'all.
No, I didn't make a response. I'm saying when my homie said, "Oh, you talk about me," he said y'all bitches. I mean,
now he's talking about the industry. Adam
You just
22 is
gotta
out
be
of
careful
pocket.
how we communicate, bro. That's why I wanted to come up here and just say, look, like if
Yeah, you wanted him to put an address on that shit. That's all.
I
look,
mean,
look,
bro,
look,
do you
Listen,
know how, like, respectfully, Crip Jesus, and as the youngest nigga on this panel, do you know how fucking disrespectful that is to our community? That for a long time we watched this white man stir up beef, get niggas killed, talk about get niggas incriminated, get them to incriminate themselves, all the
Hold on, yeah,
weird
hold
shit
on,
this
Tank.
nigga do,
Hold on,
and
hold on,
then
hold on.
and then he
Let me
takes.
jump in. Let me jump in. Hold on, my foot. Because let's get it right. Because we talking about Styles P, my brother, right? That's my bro. Like Styles P stepped up because he sees something wrong, but I know Styles P in real life like a brother. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like that's a nigga I could depend on. So he didn't say exactly what you said, Crip Jesus. Maybe niggas took it like that. I wanted to make sure. He said whoever is black and his homeboys with the goofy white boy who mock putting down the flags for gang members, he must think y'all bitches. That's what he said. He didn't say y'all niggas bitches for that. He said he must think y'all bitches because it ain't no way no white boy is gonna do that if he don't think y'all bitches. This is what he's saying. He ain't say y'all niggas is bitches. He's saying he must think that about y'all because at the end, if that was any white boy on New York, I'm gonna be real. We ain't gonna make this we could probably even change the flow of the direction because we're going off course. If it was though, we would have checked that. I know I would have publicly like, hey yo, man, you was dead wrong, bro. Like, and not for nothing, yo, you need to apologize to that. Cause them niggas is trying to stop black murder and black boys from going to prison. So you was out of line. That's all niggas had to say instead of making excuses for him.
Hocus, niggas would have smacked
They made
the shit out
excuses.
that
Hold on,
nigga
bro.
easily.
They made excuses for him. They did. And it's okay. I don't even want to let that even grow from this conversation because it's already moving away from.
No, look, I'm saying this, bro. I'm not defending it, and I'm not saying that I don't agree. I'm just pointing out that once the word bitches is used, and you got some niggas in the room, they say, "Who you calling a bitch?" I'm not saying that's how I feel. I'm saying that's what took place.
They got to get over that shit, niggas.
Yo, not for nothing.
Like,
As a gang member, and as a person that's over there with the Adam 22 nigga, y'all owe. Cause he coming at hood niggas, gang members. Y'all owe. The deal's on y'all anyway.
and respectfully, Crip, we are
come on.
grown ass men. Not only are we grown ass men, but bro, niggas is raised a certain type of way,
We
bro.
done validated Adam
If we
out
still
here.
getting in our feelings, if we still getting in our feelings in our 30s, 40s, and 50s about words, bro, there's a problem. There's a problem. Okay,
Look, bro,
and as a man, bro, when you see and acknowledge a problem and you get fed up because you don't see the people directly there doing anything about it, bro, you're gonna acknowledge it however it comes out. And
Let
again,
me
he
say
didn't
this.
even disrespect, try and call y'all bitches directly. But what he is saying is he's making a call for action. All
Mockery.
you
It's
niggas that look like
blasphemy,
me,
Jesus.
listen,
No,
for
but
all you niggas that look like me, that sit beside this white man and get this check from this nigga, he is exploiting y'all. He is exploiting your
Facts.
gang, your community, your
Yeah.
family, your beef, your struggles, your losses, your pain, all that for him to get a fucking check. And he's winning, right? Let's use one of your homies, for example, 4Extra. He was up there, he used 4Extra to build clout. The nigga blew his hand up. I ain't heard him say nothing about 4 and help that nigga since then.
But let me say this, right? Let me say that. Hold on, before y'all jump in. Let me say this too. He not and if he was gonna play like that, first of all, I'm a New York nigga, right? So you mocking my shit, right? New York. And then you threw Chicago gangs in there. Oh yeah, I was BDGD Vice Lord and like you ain't even play with LA gangs like that. What if it was so? Why you ain't do that to the niggas? Why you ain't do that to the to the 60s, the 40s, or
Because it's called Willie Lynch, bro. So he does it like
Thank you.
that.
That's
so
all. Thank you. That's all we want the acknowledgement. We want the acknowledgement.
Look, he technically didn't save Blood of Crip, so they're gonna be like, "Well, she ain't saved me." It was genius to me. I see exactly what he did. I said, "Okay, this is the buffoonery." But this all I'm saying, bro, is it's numbers, bro. We talking one person, then we talking one or two dudes responded. I'm saying we talking about saving millions and thousands of people. We might get more than that. We might get more.
Yeah, but before you get there, all we was saying was if he was in New York, we would have slapped the shit out of him. Y'all ain't do that though.
I mean, I'm not trying to do the LA versus New York.
We ain't got to go there, trust.
I'm not here for that.
I don't want to move. Crip Jesus was just bringing it back to where we need to bring it to. Go ahead, bro. Bring it back.
Yeah, I'm not.
My bad.
like
just say, huh?
Nah, because then it becomes like you gotta understand, bro, what I'm trying to convey to you. And I mean, I ain't trying to like I'm not the big homie or nothing, I don't know how old you are, but language and tone is very important, especially when you're dealing with fellow brothers, man. Like just saying something a certain way can set the room off. And if we all really from the streets, we know that, bro. So it's like I'm not saying Styles P is wrong. I'm just answering your question. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the direct answer instead of just being like, oh, you know, that's how it go. I'm being
bottom line. I don't mean to cut you off, Crip Jesus. Bottom line is when we handling something that deals with our communities, this Black Latino community. I think that a dude like Adam 22, if he's not gonna lend his platform to help better the cause, he stay out of our business because this is our business. Like if I move to LA, most likely I'm moving to those neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where my people at. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's a visitor. He has no he's not invested in our community in no way aside from making us look like fools. You know what I'm saying? So to people like that, and not just it's not about Adam 22. You know what I'm saying? He helped even spread the whole movement as far as what Hocus was saying, just because of his buffoonery. So, but none of this has nothing to do with Adam 22. You know what I'm trying to say? Like now he's trying to live off the narrative, saying that dudes over here is mad that when he came through, you know, being that he didn't come to our hood.
That's how. See, I not to cut your wisdom. That's how I see it. I see this some internet shit. Like he got himself part of the conversation, bro. That's how I see it.
That's what he did, right? But Adam 22 is like, you know, a lot of times with these white people, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not racist or nothing, but they want to be like saviors, and they also want to be more important than what they really are when it comes to our community. Yeah, like he's not really important like that. Like when Hocus had this idea in mind, he wasn't thinking about Adam 22. I'm pretty sure Hulk ain't even think about him at all. Like he didn't even come across his mind. So this is not about Adam 22. We don't want nobody coming in that don't look like us. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're not helping us reach our goal, which is to help quell some of this violence and help take people from a negative situation into a positive. If he's not trying to help us do that, he should just shut up. You heard? And just sit back and just watch. You feel me? That's all I gotta say.
No funny shit. S1, I felt stupid when I put a diss track. It's still on YouTube, but I felt stupid throwing a diss track on the Adam niggas. Like I'm giving him energy. I'm giving him clout. Yo, fuck him.
Do that. You know what I'm saying? Put your diss track out there. You know why? Because at the end of the day, he jumped into some shit. So he did it in an entertaining way. So you entertain and diss his ass back. You know what I mean? I wish I would have jumped on there with you. You know what I'm saying? But
that shit fire is on YouTube. Trust me, I just did. It's lit. I engineered it myself, but it'll get better. I'm gonna really engineer that shit. It's fire.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck that nigga.
Hey, look, this why I go with
it. I said I'm jacking you 100, gang.
But look, I'm not here for no reason, right? Like I got personal ties to New York because I'm 5%. I'm God body. So this is how I look at it, bro. This shit been going on for 6,000 years. When Yakub made the devil, you know what I mean? He got ran away from us, from coming amongst the righteous people and telling lies and causing division amongst the people and bloodshed, bro. This is what he do. You want me to explain some shit that this nigga was designed to do? Like, I can try to explain to you, bro. I can act like I'm Mr. Know-it-all.
We know that. We know that.
What this motherfucker's designed to do, bro.
We know that. A lot of people
thinks in a way that I couldn't even imagine. He thinks of shit. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't even fathom seeing Drop Your Flag and saying my booty hole, BD, VD, Vice Lord. That's like some 607 shit. I'm like, this is some no jumper, make believe in the back office, weird shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I really feel like because we such honorable men, to us, we're dissing him right now. To us, it's like, yeah. But to him, he's loving this. He's being talked about by real gang members across the country. He's wet. He's going to be having a hard on tomorrow when he sees this. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're disgusting.
That's why I said let's take an emphasis on him. I don't want that to grow.
The mission to help these kids. We're getting off track, man. The main solution to the moral dilemma of the story, man, is if we all get in the room, me, S1, Trust, you, Hocus, you know, Big Sam, we all get in the room and we make a live video for the young niggas telling them, yo, listen, man, if you're afraid to drop your flag because you feel like they're going to retaliate, I promise you one of us know one of your big homies that respect one of us and respect our gangster, they're going to let
that's
you
what
go.
this is really about.
That's
exactly.
it. That's it.
Right.
I'm 100% sure.
Exactly, bro.
If you don't,
that's what we all
one of us know.
One
of us is going to know one of they big homies that's going to know us from what we get busy about. And they'll be like, yo, you know what? I know Trust or I know S1. That nigga's official. I'm going to let son get his walking papers. That's all we got to do. We got to come in a room and make that video for these young niggas to build that courage to drop their flag. Because I know one of us know one of they big homies, and they don't even got to be on no gangster shit, because I know big homies that's blood that fuck with me to the point where I chauffeur their kids to prom. Nigga, I chauffeur this big homie's daughter to prom, and he didn't even know I was affiliated. And if I tell him I got somebody that's under him that want to drop their flag, he gonna say yes to me off the strength that chauffeur his daughter say to prom. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, that's a fact. Yo, not for nothing though, nigga. Not for nothing. From big bro to big bro, I don't care if I don't know big homie. When he meet me, he gonna jack my bop. And if he
That's
a
what
real
I'm
nigga,
telling
I'ma
you.
jack his bop.
All we gotta do is come.
You know
We
that?
all gotta go in the room, Hocus. Me,
That's
you,
it.
S1. Everybody
Word.
gotta go in the room and
Facts.
everybody speak. Yo, to the young niggas that want to get out your gang. I don't give you Patria, Blood, Crip, whatever it is. Come see us. Talk to us personally. We're gonna go talk to your big homie, and we're gonna tell him you're not banging no more. That's it.
That's it.
And I promise you that shit gonna work, bro. I promise you.
That's it. That's it. We know we spoke about that earlier, and that's
Yeah, that's plan number one. All that other shit, I respect what them older niggas was talking about the PAL and the YMCA. Yeah, we could do all that. The first step is helping them build the
first
courage
step
to
is
say
this,
it.
right? This is the
That's
first
what I
step.
said. I said that from the
Need a
beginning of
team
this
of strong
conversation.
niggas,
The
of
first
goons
step,
too.
the
Of
first step
goons,
is
nigga.
dealing with your backyard.
Right.
When you come outside every day and you
all the
see that group
solutions
of
matter,
little
though.
niggas
That's why I
standing
wanted
on
us
that
there.
block, what are
Yeah.
you doing every day? Are you walking past them or are you stopping to get them niggas some type of information, game,
Right.
or showing them an
Exactly my point.
opportunity?
So
That's where
that's
it
the first
starts.
step. That's the first step. We
Because
gotta do that
because telling
now.
these kids to travel 12 blocks to the right or 12 blocks to the left to go to a fucking YMCA, they're not doing that on their own time. So what makes you think you telling them to do is gonna make them do it? What's gonna actually change is the people I see every day, the people I interact with, the people I relate to or have some respect for. If you stop and show me some type of love, some support, and show me something different, that type of shit'll hit different. It'll hit more.
Yeah, facts. Look, I just shot a video. For one of my young boys. And I gave that nigga all my jewelry. Me and my brother put some bread together so he could front for the video. I pulled out the new Hummer, whatever 2025 for him, because and he came with like 15 young niggas. So the young niggas is all looking like, oh, so I introduced myself. They try to salute me. I said, nah, I don't do that. And they was like a little confused. I said, you know why I don't do that? Because at the end of the day, they're not paying me for this. And they was confused, so I started dropping some jewels on them niggas. I said, yo, listen, that gangbanging shit is overrated. You see what I'm doing for the bro right here? We giving that nigga all my jewels. We giving that nigga some bread to front for the video. This is the shit is about. Helping y'all niggas get on the right path to do the right thing. Fuck that gangbanging shit. So now they're looking at me like, yo, and then they know who I am. Because they told them. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, we gotta start telling them. We gotta start showing them. You feel what I'm saying?
Here we go, bad vibes. You just said it. Drop the flags and grow accordingly in progress. Come on, man. Like, yeah, so yeah, it's not just we not trying to duck no fucking Rico. What we trying to do is build a foundation that's not based off criminality. The gangs is based off of criminality, no matter what we say. That's why when you asked Saint that Jesus, it was like he's like, yo, I gotta be honest with you. It's like, yo, how can you really tell me that a big homie is bringing another little homie home and he's not gonna put put him in some type of way and form in the fashion into criminality? Like give him some weed, even if it's some fucking weed. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to build something that's not based around criminality. And but it starts there. Us going to them. We gonna go to your big homie. This is what we gonna do, right? Or even the YMCA thing, even the solutions the brother had, we need everything. But this right here, this is it. And I'm ready to put my feet on the ground and go do it. I know S1 is, that's my brother, we talk. I know Saint is, that's my bro, we talk. And I know Black is, I know you are too, Trust. And we got
let's do it.
We really got an army. Nigga. We really got an army. I'm telling y'all.
Next Sunday, find the spot anyway. Manhattan, Washington Heights, Dykeman. Anywhere, find a spot. We all link up.
Hope can't travel. Hope can't travel.
I'm on deck. I'm on deck. We even go out to eat, man. Everybody put up a little bread.
I can't drive. I could travel with permission, and with something like this,
nigga, we go to you. We go all to you.
Nah, I need to be everywhere too. I need to put. I'm the face already. I gotta be there. You know what I'm saying?
We come to you, Hocus. Where you at?
He needs that. He needs that.
I know what you mean, though. Like to spark it off. Yeah, y'all could come to me. Yeah, y'all can't come to me. So
next Sunday you drop the ad and we all be there, and then we make the video. Yo, listen, this for all the young niggas. I know y'all feel a little afraid that niggas gonna move on y'all, cause like I told Hocus the other day, a lot of these young niggas is afraid to do that shit, cause these young niggas be really pussy. So now when they see one of their own kind drop their flag, they want to shoot niggas and stab niggas. Well, when the ops was walking by yesterday, y'all didn't have that energy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now that one of yours dropped this flag, you ready to be the mass murderer. You ready to be the biggest killer now. But you didn't have that energy when you seen the real ops walking by the other day. You feel what I'm saying?
And we need gang on board. We need everybody on board with this one.
Yes, we do.
This is something that everybody's going to love and agree with, and everybody's going to want to partake in this because this is about the youth development and growth within ourselves and our communities, man. It's simple. It's simple,
And
man.
and it's community development too. It's about the youth, but it's about us as well because we got people that's 40, 50, maybe even 60. I was with a dude, I was locked up. He was 75 years old. He was banging. You feel me? And some people might look at it like it's sad, but he been doing it for 30 years. When he was 45, he's not gonna give up his his credibility or his connection to the. So nobody want to alienate gangs or nothing like that. Cause at the end of the day, that's where we all come from. So we just gonna make it better. And like Hoke said, we're gonna take the criminality notion out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the they're using that against us, and that's why they manufacturing us to these prisons. Like Hoke was saying, that's the whole initial reason why he even said that. It wasn't because he just got tired of just all of the gangs. No, it's just that it is not going nowhere but to the feds. You feel me? And we can't make that a rites of passage because when we locked up, we lose everything. We lose our money, our business, our girls. You know what I mean? Our family ties. So at the end of the day, we stopping that. That's what.
Yo, S1, not for nothing. I want to bring back to what Melody was saying. You don't think that would be like a good deal? I know the streets don't want to hear this, but let's say we had something with the DA's office where they sending kids who are in gang members that make a mistake to our program as if you complete this for 6 months with the Drop Your Tag movement, we drop the case on you. You understand what I'm saying? We show them a better way, and we try to get them out what they are, what they involved with, and get them a job and do something positive. Get them to do
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea, but I don't think we should present that shit to the young niggas right now because they're not ready for that. Because they're gonna feel like, oh, I'm working with the DA. That's some snitching shit.
No. Hold on. Let me say this real quick. Now, he's not saying that, Black. He's saying because the young niggas don't even gotta know, like because they
Black niggas already snitching. What are you talking about?
No, it ain't about snitching.
They already working with the DA.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick. He's not saying that like when they get locked up because they in the streets you're going to jail. We all know it. We all went to jail. Right. When they get locked up, instead of the DA sending them to jail, send them to our program. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, Hocus.
Hold on. I got some experience with this, right? I used to work for a nonprofit, Guns Down Life Up, and the DA. See, listen, when there's a criminal case going on, very rarely the DA is going to like send them to us. Right, but this is what they'll do. Let's just say because they got to go through the procedure, which is like you got to pay for the consequences of your crime. So let's just say if they put them on probation or parole. My organization that I was a part of, we used to have a table set up at parole and probation, probation for the young kids. So when they probation officer was like, "Yo, go talk to Hope, go talk to Crip Jesus. They got a program for you." You understand? So the DA probably won't do that because they prosecuting. But when it's all said and done, if them kids end up on probation, they'll send them right to us. So I have experience with that, and they'll be more than happy to have us as hosts and helping these kids. They'll be more than happy.
Imagine if we could have attorneys that are set forth for gangbangers. That's going to court that are set forth because they part of the Drop Your Flag movement. They go there and represent these gang members and know how to represent them. These kids that have a head start, let's give them a chance. Let's get them to these right programs. Let's give them an opportunity to express themselves in front of the judge, and we can say, Your Honor, please, I'll advocate as Drop Your Flag movement. I advocate for this young man. He has no record extensively, and this case right here is his first felony. Can we please advocate to give him an opportunity with the programs that we have?
They'll be with it.
Well, Fortress Society is a great program. We can have them united with the Drop Your Flag. This is something legit. This is something really, 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 really valuable, and it is. It's great.
They'll be with it. 100%. They'll be with it.
Melody has the right idea, man. And so does Hocus, man. I think we all need to get together and with these programs, like, yo, S1, I'll pull up to any vibe you want me to pull up to, bro. Anytime you tell me, yo, trust, come on, I want you to talk to these kids. I'll tell them straight up, you know what the word PRI stands for? Primary reason individuals die early. And I'll break it down to these kids, man. I'll get to them. I'll tell my whole life story and don't be like me, man. 36, I should have a house. I don't even have a job, man. I'm trying to make it work, man.
I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero, nigga. I want them to be like me, nigga. Because I'm saying, like, I made it out the
I did
trenches.
16
I
and a
made it
half
out the,
years in jail, man. I don't
I
want them
made
to
it
be
out the
like me.
trenches. I've been home. I've been home
I
10
want them to be
years.
better than me.
I've been
You
home
want them to
10
be better
years.
than you,
I
Negro.
want to
You
give
want them
them.
to be
I
better
want to
than you,
give them hope.
puppy.
I want to give them hope. If I did it, you could do it. You feel what I'm saying? I want to give them
Yeah.
hope.
And see
Listen,
that New York attitude right there, we need to work on.
Nah, that's the shit. You're not from New
That's
York, so you
bad
can't
when you got
relate.
the
I
flag or
want y'all to
not.
be
You're
better
not
than
That
me.
from
New
New
Y'all,
York
York, so you
gangster shit
can't
I
right
want
relate.
there,
y'all
you
to
need to
be
calm
better
that
than
shit
me.
down
You're
right
not
there,
from New
man.
York,
Come
so
on,
you
Respectfully.
man.
can't relate, my brother. Respectfully, you can't relate. Like I'ma listen to a nigga that's showing me.
Why he coming at the rip like that?
You feel what I'm saying? I'ma listen to a nigga that's showing me. You can't
Yo,
tell
this
me I
nigga's
can't drive a
crazy.
Benz if you drive a Honda. You can't tell me I can't buy a house if you live with your mama, nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Lisa
Like
Honda Chevy.
I want to see it, nigga. If a nigga's telling me, yo, this how you do your pull-ups, nigga, you washed up, nigga. You can't tell me how to do pull-ups. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, yo, listen, this the VS1 that you need. Let me see your Cuban, nigga.
This nigga
You ain't telling
negative.
me about buying no Cuban, nigga, if you don't got a Cuban yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the young niggas, but that's what they want. They want to see. Like, yeah, look, I used to
Nah,
gang
yeah,
bang and look at
yo,
this.
negative. We all from the show me state, nigga. You talking
You
tough,
feel
you
me?
gotta show me. We all
Yeah, they
from there.
want to see. They want
Yeah,
to see,
they
nigga. They
do.
don't want.
They do. They do. They ain't lying about that. Yeah. But I believe we need to stick to the positivity and keep everybody with each other and doing what we got to do for the youth, man. We have to focus on a lot of the topics that Hocus is focusing on. The Rico, it is bad because they killing our community. They taking fathers away from their daughters for years. They're taking husbands away from their wives, and they don't even be now. It be a simple handshake or a simple what I was or what I used to be. That shit is fucked up. I did a lot of time for that. Conspiracy kind of falls into that. Like
Well, see
Asada
the
Shakur points out, bro. It was like they all use systematic things to just break us, bro. To just
look. Here's
destroy
the
our
difference
community
with the.
for
Here's the
population
difference
control.
with it.
It's been going
Here's the
on for
difference.
years.
Here's the difference with a Rico and a gang injunction. A Rico is like what's the brother name? The rapper brother that they had with the gang stuff, Gorilla Ape or some shit. Something 2 times or something. But look,
Yo, I
Casanova.
want to say something
Casanova,
quick.
yeah, Casanova, right? So here's the difference. That's like a RICO, right? Where it's actually crimes involved, like what happened with the 9 trades and all that. With a gang injunction, it don't got to be no crimes. They can put a gang injunction on your hood or your gang, and it could just be the symbolism of the gang. So if this dude got this tattoo and this rag or this type of outfit, grab him. He one of them. Like, and the problem is Giuliani did this out here about 20 years ago. So it is something to be very concerned about.
So yeah, I
Yo,
got Mama
let me.
Dolly up
I just
there.
want to say, I'm about to get out of here, Hulk. I just want to say, I appreciate talking to all of y'all and letting me speak. Shout out to Trust. Shout out to Crip Jesus. Black. Shout out to everybody. Hulk, I appreciate you. We're gonna talk a little
All right,
later. I plan on getting up with
Well, you
all
know
of
the
y'all.
vibes, gang. Safety,
I gotta
gang.
get
all right.
safety. I gotta get out of here. Hulk, be easy. All right.
Yeah, I got
All
Mama
right.
Dolly up there. She's an OG from the Bronx. I want her to but she wanted to come up here and she got a message for us too, because
Mama
she got
Dolly, God bless you.
kids
God
and all
bless
that
you,
too.
Mama
So
Dolly.
definitely,
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all can hear me?
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Peace and love to everybody out there. Basically, cause I used to ride that 5-2 ride. I done lost baby daddy to the system. Did a few years up top all due to gang life, right? But when I was involved, it was more like family oriented, right?
Mm.
It wasn't like, like if Manito got kicked out the house and shit, we made sure Manito had a roof over his head, a plate of
Mm.
food, something clean, right? Manito, you want to go back to school? We collected dues, and that's what the dues went to. The dues went to take care of our people that was up top and to the ones that was really trying to make a difference in their life. And somewhere along the way, we lost that sight.
You know what
You know
it
what I'm
is,
saying?
Dolly? It's the drugs. The drugs it messed us
Hold,
up.
I get it, but that's also a choice too. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
always got the choice of what you consume, just like what you consume on the internet. You always have the option to turn it off. But again, somewhere we lost our way, and to making sure that our younger ones got to school, got educated. Back in the days, even the big wheelies that was out there, you know, getting that money, they was making sure we got to school.
Yo,
that
not
is
for nothing, not for nothing, Molly. Even the police used to make sure the kids went to school. Whatever
not
happened to
only
truancy?
that,
They don't even
but
do that no more. These kids is missing school. That's another thing.
right,
Corona
not
dumbed
only
them
that,
down.
but the thing is, we got to get back to why we got into the gangs to begin with. We got to remember
Right,
what made us take that turn,
right.
right? Whether it was because our parents were strung out or whether they were working too much. Because a lot of us were latchkey kids and really didn't have that guidance.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
And then so a lot of us didn't have that family life, and that's what we found in the gang. More like it was family. We ate together, we broke bread together, we slept together, just like your siblings, right? But now we gotta get back before we gotta catch them before they slip. Like, and I mean to say this because back in the day, the big willies, you know, if your mama needed some money to go to
They had
electricity
you. They
bill
were
or
holding
some
you down.
compra,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
We don't see that no more in the hood. Now we want to fight each other. If you be like, yo, stop climbing that fence. You don't got barbed wire. Oh, fuck you. Excuse my language. But you get it. It's back in the days, your neighbor was allowed to bring you home by the ear and your family wasn't fighting each other. We don't got that. We lost the village.
We lost that. We lost that.
Thank you for letting me share. You have any more questions? I'm with it. You know, I'm here to support. Focus, this is great. I'm glad that you're doing this because I know what it's like, you know, given the option. I had that option. My mother was like, your crown or your kids. And you know what I had to choose? I had to choose my kids. Now I didn't drop my crown, I just threw that shit up because I'm a queen wherever I go for life.
Mm.
That part. Now I
Yeah,
appreciate you,
I
man,
respect
Valley.
you, Molly, as an
That's
ex-land king. I
that's
already know
valid.
what you was jacking. I know you was a queen already,
Yeah,
and all queen. And I wanna state that you know, I respect you because you brought me back to the times and made me understand why I did join. There was unity, there was love, there was knowledge, there was respect, there was all of that. And all of that died little by little. It deteriorated with the times, with the technology. We have to bring back sports, that love. This platform, Drop Your Flag Challenge, has to bring back that type of that stuff that's missing that made everybody want to join. We have to give them that. Like, you ain't by yourself. What's up? You hungry, papito? People
and that's
always say,
exactly what we're
yo,
gonna
I
do.
wish it was, I wish, I wish it was back in the days. But people forget, yo, how hard it was back then, and we still had each other's back. Whether you needed a sazon
And
packet,
look,
anything.
last but not least, right? And I know I get it that a lot of the homies out there can't see a way out, but when you can't see a way out, then that's where you got to find a way to see your way in. And I mean,
Mm,
like getting educated once again, sending the young kids to school, let them be the lawyers, let them become the politicians that's going to
right.
make the laws that we have to live by. You understand? And I say this to say because it's nice to go up in the hospitals after we put up our sisters in school. Some of them became EMTs. You know, some of them work in the courthouses now because we help them. You need transportation to get to school. You need lunch money. You need clothes. We made sure that that's what the dudes went to. So it's nice to see that if I go up into the courthouse, I look for certain things, you know, I'll be like, that's family right there. Yo, fam, I need help. Look out. Fix this for me. In the hospitals, we got to working in EMT. Like I said, you got to get your people into the places that's going to make a difference in our future. Thank you for
You
letting me
ain't
share. Peace
lying.
be with
Yeah,
you all.
yeah.
That's
I got
100.
hold on, Trust. Hold on.
Facts right there.
I got Elisafa up here. I want to get a bro a chance to speak.
Let me salute to you, Hoka. I don't know if y'all can see me. I'm
Yes,
outside,
sir. We
man.
see you.
You know what I mean? And I salute to the sister that was talking, you know what I mean? Because I understand what she was saying, you know what I mean? Back in the days, they used to feed us and it was more structure at to a certain extent, you know what I mean? But as me, because yo, what hablo español, I'm half black and half Puerto Rican. So I'm gonna speak on some shit. And I'm from New York and I grew up in Florida down south. And I'm gonna just tell you what gangs actually did to both sides, and I seen the destruction from both. Cause I had to leave New York, cause my mother didn't want me to end up in, it, and I still drug that shit down south to me, and I seen the destruction of it. To seeing the kids that join in the gang because he's scared, because he done killed the wrong person in the streets, and when he reaches the county jail, he's getting his ass whooped so much that he chooses to join the gang, and that gang is gonna ripe him, and that causes a war. You guys get what I'm saying? Think certain things that they could be avoided. Even though back in the days we had our OGs, oh, go to school, go to school. But let's be honest, what did they make us do?
because they ruined my life. I'm better now. But to be honest, like Hoke, as you said in the 2000s, you got involved. A lot of older niggas, I don't know about you, took my good potential to their advantage, if you get what I'm trying to say. And that's what happens in the streets. You get what I'm trying to say? There's no need. And that's the only thing I said about Adam I was pissed about. There's no need for no guy that's not part of our culture as a man to come and make a mockery of us trying to save black babies. And the problem is when we get out of prison in Florida, all you're getting is $50 and they're kicking you out with no programs. You got nothing. Right now, I just told two brothers that's at work release right now, hey man, take the CompTIA plus A. I mean A+. If y'all don't know, that's IT certifications. I'm trying to, I got them the books and help them like, they need something to work on. You know what I mean? Instead of just to come out here. They need more than just that. I came here to say people who want to justify this, because somebody made a video. I don't want to give them too much credit. You know, saying that they should give back the flags. You know what I mean? Because we shouldn't have had them because they're for people. This Buster shouldn't have a flag. I took that kind of offensive. You know what I mean? Because to me, I think it's making a mockery of it. I think if anybody's making a mockery of us trying to save these kids, as a Buster, bro. I just lost a friend, Billy Blanco, man, 37 years old. Talked to him 2 weeks before him, told him to leave things alone. And he just got killed. He's out of there. Out of there. He ain't coming back. All day over here. I'm in Georgia now. I'm in Griffin. All I do when I go to work, I see these young kids taking these guns with this. Like, y'all need to put that down, bro. And you know what I do, Hocus? I show them that video at the beginning. It's on my Instagram of me sitting in jail. And a blazer is recording me. Been in there 17 years since he was 17 with 3 life sentences. So we could change that. Because they ain't telling these kids when you get in there, bro, when you try to do your appeal, the books are outdated. The law clerks ain't going to help you. Oh, you gang member, as soon as you get in there, you better ride. So you're going to be transferred everywhere, every ride you call. So you're never going to have a time to sit down and work on your case. Or when you do your first stabbing and then when your mom comes to see you and you're 23-1, because she ain't seen you in years because it's too far for her to drive, you notice the gray hair. And when she gets up to go to the snack machine, you notice she's her back is hurt because she's getting old. Shit ain't worth it. You feel me? This shit is not worth it. It's common sense, bro. And the thing is, I notice nowadays common sense ain't very common. We got to start bringing the common sense factor back into our community. That's what it is. You see fire, it's hot. You do not touch. And yes, you're right. Us older dudes, we got to be a better example, bro. We definitely got, because these kids, all they do is see, you can't be an OG telling them what to do, and they up on you. You still hanging out in the corner doing the same thing. They're not going to look at you. That's why they look at the older ones like they suckers, bro. And I swear to God, I feel like J. Cole when he said that. I feel like little brother and big brother and little brother, like I'm stuck in the middle because I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in the middle, bro. Common sense, but no common sense at the same time. But our era, that little part right there is starting to realize, because I see all of y'all starting to realize, yo, this shit ain't worth it, bro. This shit ain't worth it, bro. Seeing a brother hang himself in prison. And you know, FDLE, when a homie or anybody hangs themselves in prison, they got to leave the body there until they come and investigate it. So you're walking by, looking out the window, can't believe it. Brim homie just hung himself. Because 38 years is too much. Because he's on 23-1 over gang. What all warriors that we could use on our front line for our community is putting the wrong energy into the wrong places and they're getting taken away. It's not entertainment, y'all. This is programmed. This is programming, bro. This is full-blown mental, silent weapons for silent wars, and you see it. A great man said it, bro. And the definition of an asshole is the person who doesn't believe what he's seeing. And what do y'all see? If you claim a gang with the main label that they consider the terrorists under the federal acts, bro, you're going to jail, guys. You're going to jail, bro. This man don't do nothing, bro. This man ain't never been in Savannah. ¿You entiende? Ese tipo, for y'all in the cat, el tipo ese Hoka Sofit no está haciendo nada en la calle, bro. Eso está con la familia haciendo bien. ¿You entiende? He ain't doing nothing wrong.
Mm.
But that should tell you right there that it can come from you. That's what we all
Yeah,
need to
nah.
come together. A time is enough. He who gets mimicked is king. He who gets mimicked is king. It's time to wake up, black man. It's time to wake up and move forward, bro. It is, bro. Everybody on that, yo, Black Jesus, salute. I like what you said, bro. I just wish more of the brothers on that coast would press Adam more, bro, to making a mockery. It's sad, bro, to make a mockery of us. And y'all, I don't like, it's crazy. You're doing your thing. It's just to sit there, that Sambo mentality. I just can't, I can't take it. We around here, especially people that claiming that they're gang. One of our rules is we don't indulge in certain shit that we caught a homie doing in the cell, even smoking behind. He gonna get flipped. Cause back in the day, I'm gonna flip one of my brothers for smoking with
No,
somebody
yeah, I'm
like that.
saying like I did 15 years, right? I know the prison rules, but here's the
I
thing.
did
Look.
15 too.
No, listen. If the homie, because what you just said is real. If the homie do something, we're gonna check him. But if the police yell something on the speaker, we might not necessarily just run. You get what I'm saying? Like we gotta see the
It gotta
play
be
there.
both ways. We checking police too, though. Niggas
Thank
violent.
you. Community revolution in progress. So the progress with the community needs to be in progress towards Adam disrespecting our community.
Yeah, I'm saying this.
Yeah. But
I'm saying there's an assumption that Adam is like easily accessible and he's sitting in the middle of the hood interviewing all the homies.
no. I don't want nobody to crash out. I don't want nobody to go
No,
to
I'm not
jail
even saying
over
no.
something.
What you saying is still not wrong. Like you said, it could be a public announcement. I'm just saying that, yeah, we're not saying, oh, go, yeah, I get you. But I'm saying
Have you ever noticed who sits around them? They're supposed to be these people, and what you see. I'm not sitting around as a man, because we all say that we're man before anything. I'm not sitting down with a man, especially within our culture. We're trying to get things right, because we're special people. And when you're not in, your chakras ain't in right, you're gonna be off. I'm not gonna. That's why they're all going to jail and they messed up over there, and bad things is happening. You're sitting around with a man who's playing with marriage, and letting y'all know it's okay to do certain things with his wife. This man goes home and kisses his daughter, and his wife does it. Listerine can't take that away, brother, and it's affecting everybody that's around us. What do you think he goes back and does when he's around with his people and he's drinking beers? This New Hampshire boy. I'm from New York. We don't go to New Hampshire.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, bro, just the time I spent, you know what I mean? Because I only been back, I ain't even been back a whole 10 yet, right? So the few years I've been out here to study how the internet work, I just look at it like this is what he's trying to do. He just wants to, he holds no true relevance to the streets, but he's so amused by it. It's
he
like
the police.
Be a part of the conversation just makes his penis so hard. He's crying with tears of joy that he's being mentioned by real ones. You know what I'm saying?
He the police, bro. He the police, bro.
He's beyond the police.
But listen, it's everybody that's around him.
Importance, man. We giving that nigga too much importance, man. Forget about that nigga, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's move forward, man. Let's move forward, man. Like, fuck that nigga, bro. That's it, man. Karma go get him. Karma go get him. And if he comes to New York, we go get him. That's it. That's it, man.
We ain't gonna be the next Charlie Cox if you playing, nigga.
We giving that nigga too much importance. You feel what I'm saying?
We've been on, so we have been on for 3 hours, y'all. It's been long, and I know everybody's probably tired. It's great. We could go longer, but let's revisit the conversation and come back maybe next week and see how this week played out, and we come back with some new ideas and conversations. Let's keep the conversation going on the internet and in real life. We're gonna be pulling up, like, Black. A lot of us, we gonna be going behind the scenes, be working together, and y'all gonna see us really in action, pulling up to these schools and neighborhoods. Not making anybody do anything, but helping these kids drop their flags. Let me put it in that way, helping them. And I don't want nobody to take any of my words out of context. We can't make anybody do nothing.
Just showing our presence, right? Hocus, just being there. That's all.
Just being there, helping them and telling them, giving them. I love what Elasafa. I was quiet. He was cooking. They need to hear that.
Elasafa.
Pardon me, bro. Elasafa. I pronounced it wrong. No, but Elasafa, that he was cooking, man. Like, yo, you see, come on, they need to hear that, yo. Come on, brothers hanging themselves. A brother in there was in there when he was 17, been in there 17 years. You know what I mean? Come on, these little youngins, y'all like sex, man. Y'all like sex. You know how I feel to be 17 years old. 17-year-old, you probably been with one girl, two girls, and you've been in now it's 17, 20 years later, and you like, damn, I only been with one girl. I'm 38 years old, man.
Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah, that shit's sad.
And been down since he was 14. He had GD. Been down since he was 14. He was about to go home. He went on a mission. in Taylor CI in Florida. This was at the time in Florida. He wet somebody up and dude died, and he still didn't tell his grandma that he ain't coming home. Grandma thinking he coming home in a year. He ain't telling her like, yo, I messed up. I'm never coming home now. And he ain't never had no coochie.
Wow.
In his life.
Yeah.
Never had no coochie in life. From Brevard, people from Florida. No, he came from the Gladiator School, Brevard to Lancaster and all around. Bro, this is not too long ago, bro. He never get, yo, that Union CI.
They need
This
they
is
need
some
to
real
hear these
shit.
stories, man. We gonna bring it to them, bro. I'm here too, bro. I used to live close to Griffin. I used to live out there, like, you know, like not to, I don't want to say the town, but
I own
I'm
7 acres. Yo, I own
I'm
7
in
acres,
Georgia.
man. I'm on my back porch. Yeah, I own 7 acres of land, bro. I own my own shit, bro. You know what I mean? This is my house.
I be out that way. I was in McDonough yesterday, so I know. I'm there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
I'm in McDonough now.
I was there yesterday. You know what I mean? I was there. That's why I was watching the fight at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna DM you my number, and we can link in further build while we out here, because we here. I can't leave Georgia, so until I get permission. So I'm here. So being that we here, we could get up and build, bro. Definitely.
Say less, man. Hit me up on my DM, man.
And I just wanted to say, like I said, just from the West Coast perspective, I just see it as you're creating, because we could talk about what we need to do and all that and get frustrated. I feel like what you're doing is creating a presence to where, for those of us that do make that choice to evolve out of it, there's a presence there. It's not like you all alone. It's not like you just got to walk away and there's nobody there. And it's like, because that's why a lot of us turn back anyway. It's like I was saying, I was like, oh, well, shit, my enlightener, my friend over here is like, these all, it's like, I don't really know another space. You dig what I'm saying? So we're creating a space for those that saying, man, I'm walking away from that, but where do I go?
I like that you said that, because I'm gonna start using that as a talking point too, because they need to hear that. What you just said, the kids need to hear that too. Like, this is where you can come if we building that space for that. So when it goes around the world, they know, like, I want to get out of it. All right. Are you somebody like you can direct them? Like, you want to get out of it? Yo, I know some brothers. Yo, Hocus. Oh, I got you. Good looking, Crip Jesus. No, we need brothers like you and brothers that's still in it to do that. You know what I mean? Because that want to help, that want to do that. Now, I appreciate y'all. Listen, we're gonna get up the live. It's been 3 hours, man. Y'all, appreciate y'all. Crip Jesus, let's continue to build too, bro. From east to west, like, it's all love, bro. You know that.
Yo, Crip Jesus, keep your head up, man. The longest
Salute,
journey
y'all.
begins with
I
one step,
appreciate you, Damu, for sure.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end this live. Salute.
All right, baby. The longest journey